Check. Hey, welcome. Episode 36 of Red River Podcast. It's been a minute, you know. We're trying to figure out the scheduling here, but I don't...
Feels like a long time.
I just don't like... It's been a month. I don't like having a schedule.
Nah.
You know, I don't like... The older I get, the more Rage Against the Machine, you know, fuck you, I want you do what you tell me. Like, the more that... I'm like, yeah. Like, I kind of get it now. You know, at 40 years old, like, I get what Zach was trying to tell me in 1993, you know.
Late bloomer.
You know, the message finally hit, so. I don't like schedules. I don't like, you know.
Obligations.
I don't like, yeah, like, I don't have a boss.
You don't have to be locked into something.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Yeah, when I think about it, I don't really, I haven't, even at work.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah. Sure, why not? So anyway, today we're here with a guest, Mikey Stack. Hello.
How are you, man?
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Happy to be here.
So this is a singer, and he's in two bands at the moment. So False Gods is one, which is kind of like a doom band, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, doomy, stonery, kind of miserable type thing.
Yeah, like what are some of the influences for that band?
Probably maybe I Hate God.
Okay.
Maybe Integrity a little bit because it's got some faster stuff. It's weird that I can hear myself talk in these headphones too. So
yeah, that's what you sound like.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to tell you all this time. That's what you sound like.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You know when people do the impression of your voice, like Roy or whoever?
Okay.
Yeah, like this is what you sound like.
Oh, yeah, because I can. The image of my voice in my own head is way different than what's coming through these headphones right now. Yeah. So
less fire.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, just doomy stuff, Crowbar, I guess, influenced stuff like that.
Like sludge, that kind of shit.
Like sludgy, doomy stuff, heavy.
Right.
Try to sound fatter than I actually am.
There's a thin line
but not
between the
what
doom
I'm trying
bands,
to become.
the doom, the stoner, the sludge. There's a lot of funeral doom. There's subdivisions of it.
It's barbecue doom.
It's a big genre.
Party doom.
MF doom.
I like to consider myself a party doom band.
Actually, yes, because usually you have a Hawaiian shirt on and you're like singing, and it's very festive looking, but when you listen to it, you know, it's just complete, it's doom. You know, it's complete doom.
Nice.
And then the other band is Agony Kings, which is a little bit more of like grind or even like thrash parts too. Like there's a lot of stuff, right? How would you describe it?
It's like a hodgepodge. You know, like a hodgepodge of like thrashy, hardcore, little power violence.
Yeah,
thank you.
Definitely.
Little power violence in there. You know, it's just like, I don't want to really pigeonhole. You know what I mean? I can throw influences like obviously anywhere from the Cro-Mags to Napalm Death, stuff like that.
And
but
you could hear it completely.
Yeah.
They're in the record's on Spotify.
Yeah. The record is on Spotify.
So, because I sent it to you.
I listened to it today.
I sent it to the both.
Fucking great.
Oh,
and Keith.
Keith Moore recorded it. Yeah.
So we just.
It's always a great time.
My band just started recording this weekend, and we did it with Keith, and it's the least favorite part of being in a band for me. I like playing shows. I like writing music. I like rehearsing. I hate recording. I don't know.
That?
Just because when you're in the studio, it's mechanical, and it's, in theory, the stuff that people are going to listen to over and over again. You know, and to me, like I rather play a live set for you, so you can get that feel of what we are, than maybe capture it in recording, because sometimes it's just hard to get that same feeling. You know, you're in there. Like I was doing vocals on Sunday. And it's just different, you know. You hear the music, you put it on, you have to like adjust your mix, and it's like I don't have that same feeling like when I'm playing with a band and playing guitar at the same time. So I don't know. I'm sure you're a one-take guy, right?
Sometimes
you are, man. I know you are. Yeah.
Good enough.
So
but you know what it is. I understand what you mean because it gets tedious in the studio, but at the same time, I think one of the biggest pluses of being in a band is having like that finished product where you can hear it and be like, holy shit, this is what we're supposed to sound like.
The finished product is the shit.
Yeah.
That's cool because then you have it. Back then you would give somebody a cassette or a CD. Now it's like, oh, check out the Spotify, check out the Bandcamp. The finished product is cool. It's just basically getting there, you know, we're in the beginning. Like we got the music down. I have the main vocal down. Now I'm like listening back, and I'm listening to. It's like, okay, now I gotta write harmonies. I gotta write backup vocals. You know, so it's
so
just
you like having the end product with. You just don't want any of the work.
Yeah, that's it.
It takes to finish it.
Yeah, exactly.
I want the money. I don't want to do the job.
That's how American I am. You know, that's like the most American thing. It is like apple pie, and then that description right there.
That's good.
You know, it's like, you know, I just
that's
go there.
That's all of us.
Yeah, totally. Minimal work. All right, so we're back here after a while, and I was thinking to myself, like, what kind of fucking show do we want to be? You know, I co-host another show, and it's like a guest. You know, it's If I Rule the World podcast, and it's very guest driven. And that's what it is, and I guess I was just feeling like the annoyance of the schedules and constantly, like, it took us this long to get a show going because it was like we were trying to get Mike Scandato on the show,
right?
And it was just back and forth, the scheduling, and in my head I'm
four people we're trying to put together. It's tough.
In my head I'm just like, you know, is it worth it? To basically have a guest-driven show, like if we occasionally have someone on, is it that big of a deal? Yeah. You know, that's why we wanted to get it out of the way. And then, like, I thought to myself, Mike's perfect because of the conversations that we had.
Oh, okay.
We could talk about music. We could talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I met him, and he's one of these people that I met later in life that I thought to myself, like, I was almost angry that we weren't friends sooner, even though we ran parallel.
Yeah, of course.
Somehow we just never intersected. And the first time we actually started talking, we played a show together at Blackthorn 51, and he was wearing a Hellraiser shirt. And it was the Jesus Wept shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker. I'm like, that's a cool shirt, man. You know, whenever you see someone wearing something that you love, it's just like inner kind of like, you know, mental high five. Like,
no doubt.
Yeah,
of
man.
Course. You know, the horror movie connection, you know, and then it turns into like, oh, you like metal too? Oh, that. And the next thing you know,
why does your band sound so awful?
You know what, though? It's only metal and horror movies that does that, though.
Yeah.
The people stop each other in the supermarket. It's like, oh, yeah, look at that shirt. You know, when I wear my vest, like battle vest, I get stopped like once, like a week. Going to Stop and Shop by some guy like, I used to have one of those.
Yeah,
you still can.
Yeah, you still can. He's like sitting there with his like fucking Crocs on, and he's just
Crocs
like,
and the fucking fanny pack and
listening to.
Now, hey, easy with the fanny pack.
Sorry.
Forgot about that.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the other people with fanny packs.
Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, so
you're one of the good ones.
Well,
Thank you.
I wonder
Appreciate
if
that.
there is like some type of other subcultures that we're not aware of because we are in that specific subculture. Like if there's like the football one where if two people are wearing Jets hats and see each other in a supermarket.
I think a polite nod. That's it. You won't get like if I have a Slayer shirt on, someone might yell the name of that band.
In the middle of it.
Whereas like if they both have Steelers, I might give a head nod acknowledgement. But I wouldn't yell, Steelers!
Fuck Namath! Yeah. Oh, shit, wrong time era.
yeah, like if you see like somebody wearing a Toby Keith shirt at
Toby!
Yeah. You know, most normal people would be like, why is this asshole on Long Island fucking wearing a Toby Keith shirt? You know, but
it's not shocking.
Unfortunately, it's not. But you know, it's not like seeing that Hellraiser shirt and it's fucking Jesus. Like right when that dude's face was like about to like be pulled into a million pieces.
Yep.
You know, and I was like, I got to talk to this guy. You know,
that's when you made your move.
I got to get this guy's number.
The courting session began.
Well, because I knew your drummer, so like I knew Bobby. And you know, and we were playing a show. We were like the last two bands, and our two bands couldn't be any more different. Completely. But you know, sometimes when you play Punktovia, that's how it goes. You know,
It was a fun show, man.
It was a really fun show. It was a really fun show. I saw many cool shows after. That's where I saw the Iron Maidens. So Blackthorn 51 always has like some good stuff.
The Iron Maidens. I saw the Iron Maidens in California in 2002.
That's where they're from. Wow.
Like way back.
Oh, you're OG.
Yeah, I mean, I just went there on a whim. It was like when me and Kate had first started dating, we went to California, and it was just like, we'll go see some girl Iron Maiden cover band. Why the hell not?
So you first started dating your wife, and then you went to California just for like a vacation?
Yeah.
Ballin'.
I guess.
Yeah.
That was the last time that
What's the matter? No place in between here and California was available.
Yeah, I don't really know why she was going there, or like why we were going there. The past gets hazy after years, you know? But I do remember that was the last time where I didn't mind flying for some reason, and now all of a sudden I have this huge flying thing.
That's fucked
like
up
you.
because it's like me.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember when it happened.
Like what the turning point was. I think the turning point for me, I went down to Savannah to go see my friend Jared, and like the flight down there, I was drunk, so I was like, I don't give a shit about nothing, you know. And then the flight back, I was so hungover that I was like, my nerves were like just like on total edge and fried, you know. And then I don't know after that, and right after that, it's like that I have like that weird thing every time I fly, like
Just
my
be
nerves.
drunk all the time then when you fly.
It doesn't help.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, we love our lives.
Maybe.
You know, like
You know?
like my life is so much fun that I'm on that
So
plane.
you should stop doing that.
I'm just
So
saying,
you
like,
can fly.
yeah, I'm just saying,
Don't be
like,
so goddamn happy.
I'm just saying, like, my life, you know, like, I don't want it to end. Like, I'm sitting on that plane thinking, like, wait, like, this could be completely over. Even today, it's weird. This is how much I think about flying. I forgot where I was. Maybe I was like 7-Eleven, and I happened to look up before I got here, and I saw a plane, and it disappeared into the clouds. And in my head, I was thinking of being in that plane, thinking, like, wow. Like, it's probably, like, turbulent and all this other shit. But I don't know when it happened. But now it's like B.A. Baracus. Like, you need to, like...
Dude, the last time I took 2 Xanax and drank, like, 15
that's-
airplane bottles of vodka.
Really?
And
That
I was
doesn't help.
still...
You weren't in a coma?
No, I was still, like... I mean, I was like, if I drink anymore, I'm going to die. But I was still like, holy shit. Like, it didn't really help. I still had, like, those thoughts of my own mortality going through my head. It's
You
terrible.
do. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if, like, you were so scared of flying that you, like, took a Xanax and died on the plane regardless?
Yeah.
You just, like, OD'd on the plane because you were afraid and everyone else
That'd be like a
lived.
Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
With the twist at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Completely. Like,
The title of the episode is, Now I'm Everybody Else's Problem.
Yeah, like, if you died, like, while you're, like, going up in the air, then people have to sit next to you for, like, the next 5 hours.
Yeah, or at least just the 20 minutes till you can land in Pittsburgh. Or
Would they
whatever.
land you?
People in New York would be so pissed. They would
Yeah.
be like, mad. They would be mad at that guy. Like, kind of like when, like, a guy jumps in front of your train and makes all the trains late when they got to go to work.
I do get mad at that guy.
People are pissed at that guy
Yeah.
here.
Like, because you think to yourself, like, you know what?
They're like, oh, it's a shame, but you know, I'm fucking late.
Yeah, well, I feel like if you
I really
die
feel
on the
bad.
plane, there should be a vote with the passengers whether they want to land or they just want to continue
Eject
on the
you.
flight. Yeah, eject
A
you.
tube.
like wing commander.
Well, like the waste goes
Or
out. Just send them
Commando.
out with the waste, like,
Like-
the bathroom waste.
just Commando when, like, he puts a Schwarzenegger on the plane and then he just, how does he kill him? He just, like,
Snaps his neck.
Breaks his
he,
neck.
like,
Yeah.
elbows him and then, like,
Yeah.
snaps his neck.
Dead tired.
Yep.
Yeah. Dead Tired was one. And what was the other one? Like, when he fucking hung Sally.
Oh, over the cliff.
Let him go.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I let him
Yeah,
go.
let him
That's
go.
what it was. That's the best part about 80s action movies is, like,
One-liners.
well, because there was really, all you needed was a name.
Mhm.
All you needed was a name, and then from there, it's
That's
like,
where it started. Get the name, and then we'll write something around that guy.
yeah.
For the most part.
Well, I mean, that was the canon thing too.
Yeah.
They just had the title, and they would but like you would get Schwarzenegger or Stallone because for some reason it was either or,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would somehow have him have a partner or a wife, and one of them had to die. So if
Right.
he had a partner, that
Or
partner was
kidnapped.
yeah.
No.
No doubt.
No, the wife gets killed, and then his daughter gets kidnapped. So
I like it.
yeah,
Green light that shit.
and then because in Commando he killed like. How many people did he kill?
Like a whole island full of people. You know?
Small
Yeah.
village.
Like
The population of that island just like
like
dropped.
destroyed Peru or something. Yeah, it's crazy how many people he killed.
That
in
was
movie.
nothing compared to that Rambo
Oh, that was
Oh,
brutal.
reboot.
Brutal.
He killed maybe like 6 million people.
Nah.
It was amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
just thinking like when in Commando, because I just recently saw it, and Ray Don Chung is like, she for some reason he kidnaps her, and not even like an hour or two along the way, instead of like he gets arrested, and somewhere in the time that they spent together, which was not a very fun time together, somehow.
Yeah, he's
like,
breaking him out of the car with a rocket launcher,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, but like at some point, like she said to herself, like, okay, this guy's an asshole, but then he gets arrested as they're like looting all these guns, and instead of just going home thinking like, you know what, I got out of this, she was just like, this guy's an asshole, he kidnapped me, but now I'm gonna take a rocket launcher.
Shoot it the wrong way.
She's a fucking ride or die girl, man.
That's ride or die.
Fuck yeah. Come on.
You know, that's like fucking definitely ride or die. So,
But you got to ask all your girls, you know, would you take a rocket launcher
Couple good
and
bloopers
bust me
in
out of jail?
and Commando
Would you do
too.
that for me?
well, the ride or die, the best ride or die at the moment is that what Trump's like speaker. What's her name?
Sarah Sanders.
Sarah. Yeah, she's amazing. She's the
Yeah,
best.
She's down.
Yeah, she's way down.
She's down.
Like you,
She'd go to jail for him.
She will go to jail.
Yeah.
She'll hold a fucking tool for him. She'll
Yeah,
fucking like,
shank,
yeah,
whatever.
definitely. He could store a lot of. He could put drugs in her pussy.
She could run a prison block too. I bet you she
Yeah.
could handle her own. For real, like you look at her, you size her up.
Man.
She could
Fucking
throw her
she
down.
kingpin.
Yeah, she's big.
Yeah.
So, all right, I wanted to bring up James Gunn.
Yeah,
Do you have the tweets that he
I
sent
do.
out?
I do.
So I don't know much about James Gunn except that
I didn't either until
he,
this.
he wrote and directed Slither.
Right.
He is a Troma alum. Troma fucking pictures.
Right.
Like I think he was one of the writers on Terra Firma, which is like the fucking.
I think Romeo and Juliet too. Was
yeah,
he a writer
like
on there?
he like just like real grimy shit. Like Terra Firma, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite Troma movie. So this is where he came from. And then just recently, have you ever seen Slither?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, I
good.
don't maybe to douche you about it, but yes, I've seen Slither.
Yes.
We get it. You're in a doom metal band. That's cool. Whatever. So did you watch?
Oh yeah, I've seen it plenty
Okay.
of times.
In the
Man,
theater.
what a fucking movie.
So good.
It's so it gets better with time. Obviously it had that homage to like Night of the Creeps.
Yep.
Completely.
I love the cast. That's why I watch it every time.
The
Like
cast
the
is
the
great.
casting was great.
Michael
yeah.
Rooker was
Yeah.
in that. Yeah.
Michael Rooker
The
is
scene in the supermarket always stands out to me.
Yo,
They get the
what,
meat.
well, yeah, me. But
Great movie.
Michael Rooker on the down low has been like he's had some fucking gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like Henry.
Yep.
But, yep.
Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is fucking vile.
Yeah.
I love it because
great.
it's almost it's like it's comparable to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
It's mean spirited almost, but like in like a weird like reality type way. You know what I
Very
mean?
much.
Because it doesn't like it doesn't have like the good guy bad guy dynamic or anything like that where there's no heroine. It's just him.
It's like two bad guys, and who's fucking worse?
Yeah, it's
you know?
him destroying families and cutting up his best friend's sister and putting her in a damn suitcase.
Yeah, it's like it felt.
I hope and I'm not talking about anybody who's never seen the movie because that's I guess
Yeah.
that could ruin the
You
ending.
haven't
Yeah,
seen that by now.
spoiler alert.
You ain't gonna.
Yeah. But he went from that. What else did he do? Mole rats.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
licking chocolate fingers.
That was in his ass.
You know,
Yeah.
His
yeah.
hand in his taint
Stink
or
palm.
ass. Yeah,
I
yeah.
always like. I always,
Walking Dead. He had a role in that.
Walking Dead. He was in Cliffhanger.
He was in Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
I haven't seen Cliffhanger since the movie did.
Really? Yo,
Yeah.
Cliffhanger was like one of the best Stallone movies.
I was all about Janine Turner back then.
I don't know who
She
that
was
is.
fun. The girl in it.
I thought
She
that was the
from
singer of
Northern
Deep
Exposure.
Purple. No. Was that Joe Lynn Turner?
Ian Gillian.
Oh, no. I was just thinking, who's Joe Lynn Turner?
He was in Rainbow.
Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder was he in? I think he was in
I
that
think
too.
he wasn't.
I think it was
you
in
are
that, too.
absolutely right.
Oh.
He
Down
was
Low.
Rowdy Burns.
There you go. Say.
Yeah.
So anyway, and another thing too, like watching Slither, which is it's actually on demand, I think on Stars. So if you have that channel and you want to watch it and you've never seen it, even if you want to rewatch it, which I just did recently, it's great. And there's two nods in there that I think, if you remember the face looks very much like Belial, like very much very Henenlotter basket case. like when he's like turning into this thing. And then the very ending reminded me of Society.
Yeah.
Like the very end, right?
That line when he's like, "That is some fucked up shit."
Yeah.
It's the best line in the movie.
It is, because it's so true. Like you're watching these people, like, I guess they're all melting into one.
Yeah.
And the cop's like, that is some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know? So James Gunn, that's how I knew him. And then later on, I guess he fucking
Guardians
of the Galaxy. And I guess he had some sort of like really cool career.
You know how like Roger Corman like birthed all these careers, Ron Howard and all that stuff? Is this like the only one that Lloyd Kaufman has produced?
No, because I have
Probably.
another one. I
yeah.
have another one here.
Oh, I was wondering who that was. I was
Yeah.
like, why am I printing this out? Like, I never heard of this guy.
Yeah, I have another one here. But so he made some tweets that got him fired, which I think is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like 8-9 years ago. How long ago were they?
A long time
Yeah,
ago.
almost a decade.
So how does that even come to light that like somebody just went backwards? Was there a Twitter time hop?
I think it's it's political.
I believe it is
because,
political.
because a lot of times, like, you know how I'm going to use broad terms, and like as far as the left got Roseanne off the air, and people on the right are trying to dig up, like this guy Sarah Silverman got in trouble recently.
So Roseanne got it, and
well,
eye for an
and
eye.
other ones, yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
that's
what it is. So
interesting.
they're going back and looking for something dirty on some of these other people.
What did he say?
He said, well, I got a couple of things here, but the best thing about being raped is when you're done being raped and it's like, whew, this feels great not being raped.
Okay, I mean,
It's a bad joke.
It's a bad joke, and back then, like 8-9 years ago, like that's what Twitter was for. You make stupid comments like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get offended by anything anyway, but like they're just words.
Yeah.
They're a joke. And it happened almost a decade ago. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
That's
And I
that's
think
the whole point.
he
the outrage.
apologized for it a
Totally.
decade ago too.
Yeah.
Like not even now. Even when he did it before, he was like, "Yeah, it was stupid. It was fucking
And that's
poo-poo
fine.
PP bullshit."
You say it and you apologize and you move forward,
Yeah.
but the fact that like now I feel like people, want someone's head.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh no, now you need to like lose this. You need to basically lose your whole life now.
Right.
And it's fucking like insane.
Yeah.
Like at what point, like it's just like stupid like outrage mobs.
Yeah.
That you're reading something and like I just can't even
But
comprehend.
it's all
it.
the powers that be, whether it be the NFL, for kneeling, this and that. They all cow and bow. Oh, we got to get rid of this guy.
Well, 'cause they don't
We
wanna
gotta
lose
do
money.
this. Yeah.
That's what it is. They
Yeah.
want those people's money. No one really cares.
Yeah, America's not even capable of boycotting shit.
Yeah.
They like their creature comforts. No matter how pissed they were at this, they'll still go see Guardians of the Galaxy. No one's sitting that
No
one
one
out.
if they would have kept him on,
know?
if they would have kept him on in like 2 or 3 days, like
Blown over the next news cycle.
The next-
news
Well,
cycle's
that's-
like 6 hours from now.
Yeah, it's the
That's
cause.
ridiculous.
People, I think, you know what it is. Like ideals are easy to manipulate, and people love a cause. You know what I mean? Especially one that's so disposable as some dude making little kid fucking bullshit jokes, where if somebody can use that as a political weapon, they will. Like, nobody's going to remember James Gunn made these jokes in fucking 2 weeks. They'll just use it as the opportunity of the day to make whatever side they're on look like they're the fucking bad guys.
yeah,
You know?
they'll just like weaponize these things. Like completely, and it's just so I don't know, like for someone so creative and that it's done so much from like Disney to Troma. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, well, Disney should have known what the fuck they were getting themselves into when they hired the guy from Troma.
Have they never seen? I mean, is Disney going to do like a remake of Terra Firma?
Yeah, man.
I got one other thing he said.
If I hire a shark to babysit my kids are going to get eaten by a shark.
Maybe.
He also said, I like when little boys touch me in my silly place. Again, a shitty joke.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I can't defend that
That's
one.
the one thing I can't understand about Twitter is like people having a thought like, I got to get to my phone. I got to get this out to the world right now.
But it's
Like,
completely different.
What?
Because I think it, like, all right, so what, this was 8-9 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
So maybe Twitter wasn't around that long, and, you're sitting there and I guess you don't really know. You're just like tweeting things that you think are going to like your friends or whatever, the people that follow you. But like Twitter is insane. Like people are losing so much money over Twitter. Like it's ridiculous. Anything that you say now, people won't. You can't even joke around now. Like now you got to go to like DMs and PMs to fucking joke around.
Twitter is the mouthpiece of our government.
That's crazy too.
Yeah. It's that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's.
It's not just a place for Kardashians to, dwell or whatever. It's the mouthpiece.
The mouthpiece.
Which is insane.
Completely insane. Yeah. Like when Trump was like, he was like threatening like Iran on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
It's so bizarre.
Like that's just like I don't know. Something.
At least it wasn't Snapchat or something. Like with a kitty ears filter or something.
Yeah.
Like, some shit like that.
Like a bomb filter. Like you see this is coming towards you. Yeah, totally. But all right, so listen, let's all support James Gunn, and I'm sure no matter what happens, he's. You know what? This might drive him to, make something disgusting again.
That would be great.
Good.
Might be Terra Firma Part 2. But I wanted to talk about like Troma alums as well. So James Gunn came from Troma, as well as this dude Trent Haaga. Who I had no idea till recently all the shit that he was involved in. And I remember he was in Citizen Toxie, which was the 4th Toxic Avenger. Did you see that?
I've never seen Citizen Toxie. I've seen the first 3. I've never seen the 4th one.
Okay, and why did you bail? Because was it because the last 2 were terrible?
No, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really have a specific reason why I never watched it. I just never got like around to it. And actually, it's the ironic part of it is that the Toxic Avenger is probably my favorite Troma movie, only because it's the first I saw it in the movies with my father, and he had no idea that it was this fucking brutally violent. He thought it was a fucking superhero movie. And he took me to see the Toxic Avenger in the movies, and he's like, "This is ridiculous." Fucking Skippy, come on.
You know what's funny? That's probably possible back then, because if you don't see the trailer and you walk by and you see the poster, you're like thinking like,
on.
"Oh, yeah."
It's got a mop. How harmless could it be?
Exactly.
No one's like, if Siskel and Ebert wasn't reviewing that, and if they don't get to the movie, you don't know. You just walk by and you're like, the Toxic Avenger. Okay, like you said, a mop, a tutu, and
that's kind of great though, because you have like a happy accident, discover something. Whereas now, like you watch a trailer, you're almost good.
I don't think Mr. Stack was he happy?
He was.
Who, me?
Mr.
What, the Toxic
Stack.
Avenger?
No, your dad.
My dad. Yeah, no, he was. He didn't mind it, to be honest with you, because it has like stupid, funny parts in it and everything. So he was, wasn't like it was like He used to take us to see all those all movies like that, like the fucking Friday 13th movies.
It's a harmless movie.
Yeah,
he didn't take it to Serbian film.
That's exactly. So he could appreciate like the stupidity of the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
Whereas going to see like like I said, Hellraiser, he's like, I guess you guys like that. I sure didn't.
That's a dad reaction.
That's good. That's good.
It still holds up because it's just so fucking absurd, and it's still one of the best head smashes.
Oh yeah,
ever. Like when
was that in the theater? Do you remember when you saw that? Was that scene in there? Probably, right? The full head crushing.
The part with Skippy with the when he's on
when
the
they
bike
run him
and
over.
Everything. Yeah, I believe. I mean,
it's awesome.
Was there a reason why? Was there like a cut and uncut version or something?
When
like
they
that?
run over the actual head, they cut that scene out.
Yeah, no,
then,
I think it might have been in the
later,
movies because
awesome.
maybe I'm just after seeing it so many times I had just assumed it was in the movies but I believe I remember it. I remember being like, "Holy shit, this movie is fucking way crazier than I thought it was going to be."
It's awesome.
Watch number 4. Number 4 is really good.
Like I said, I have no reason. It's not like I don't like the number 4 movies, or nothing like that.
Yeah. Well, this one's called Citizen Toxie. Lemmy's in it.
I think I have it. I don't even fucking know.
You must.
I think you gave it to me.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's in the book.
It's in the C section.
Remind me. Yeah.
Lemmy's in it. Ron Jeremy. There's a bunch of stuff. So and this guy Trent plays one of the he's got a role in the movie, and I always remembered him because he looked like Steve Grillo from the Howard Stern show. Mm-hmm. So for a minute I was like, I wonder if that's Steve Grillo, and then I looked up the name.
He was an actor.
Yeah, I know he was an actor in The Sopranos. So so then this dude goes on to write for things like Cheap Thrills. Citizen Toxie, this right here. He wrote, let's see, there's a movie called Dead Girl. You ever see Dead Girl?
I think I saw that, yeah.
Dead Girl. I think
it's two friends. And
they find this girl,
yes.
but she's like, there's no explanation. She's just there, and then they start like fucking her.
Yes.
It's fucking dark.
Real dark.
Real dark.
Yeah. I was surprised by that one.
Very dark.
I think it was on Netflix. I saw it
a
long time ago.
So
I didn't see it, but I've definitely seen the picture of it.
Yeah. It's good.
It's
and
great.
Cheap Thrills is great.
Cheap Thrills is great. And then just recently, he wrote and directed a movie that's on Showtime like every fucking day, and it's one of my favorite movies of last year called 68 Kill.
Yep.
Another good one.
Another great one, right? And it's just, have you seen it, Mike?
I feel like I'm way out of the loop here, man.
Okay. Do you have Showtime?
I do.
All right. Look for it. It might be on the on demand, and it's just chaos.
It is on demand.
It's complete chaos, right? It's just like basically this guy and this girlfriend find out that somebody has $68,000, and they go to steal it from this person, and just mayhem ensues, and it's just complete fucking chaos, like just murder and crazy shit goes on in this movie. So 68 fucking Kill. Are you going to the Slayer show on Sunday?
I am not.
No? Parker?
Fuck yeah.
You are?
I'll be there.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Where are you sitting?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I got the cheap seats. I don't even know where the fuck I'm sitting.
Randy bought the tickets.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick her up, and I have no idea where we're sitting.
Me neither. So somebody had extra tickets, and they were like, "Do you want one?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But
we'll meet up beforehand.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, 5 p.m. is early. Right?
Yeah,
5 bands.
There's going to be like
bands,
10 people watching Napalm Death out
There
in the
is.
sunshine.
I'd like to check them out,
5
though.
o'clock.
I'd like to check
You're
them
gonna
out.
be, and there'll be 9 other people with
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
No.
I'm not, I like Napalm Death.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's just,
I've never seen
that
them,
is
so I
weird
feel
as
like-
fuck.
Yeah, just
Napalm Death at Jones Beach at 5 o'clock. That's bizarre to
It's
me.
like their rehearsal space, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I printed out the set list, and it's pretty good. It's not just like all new stuff, so nice little...
Although they might play outside the venue. You know, when they set up a stage in the back? Because there is 5 bands.
That'd be sweet.
I bet you they do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a bad idea. There'd be nobody in that fucking place.
Well, I'll tell you this. I went last week, and I was super angry. Super angry. I went to go see Weezer in the Pixies.
That's at Jones Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen the show at Jones Beach
Really?
before. Yeah, not one single time.
No REO Speedwagon?
No.
No Buffett, man?
No Buffett.
Dude,
No
you gotta,
Metallica?
you
No.
gotta see
man.
Buffett
Yeah,
there.
no Buffett, no
never-
Winger.
If you do one thing on Long Island,
I
see
did not
Buffett
see.
at Jones Beach.
Yeah.
If Brittany Fox makes a comeback, I'll
Nice.
go see them.
I was just listening to them on the way here.
Yeah,
Long
all
way
right.
to love,
Little
man.
girls' school.
I believe it. I believe it. But I went there last week, and they're very punctual. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go there. I want to go see the Pixies. I want to see Weezer, but more than anything, to be honest with you, I want to see the Pixies. So I go, and there's 9 metal detectors, and the opening band just finished, and the Pixies started playing. I look at the line, and I would say half the theater is trying to get through those 9 metal detectors. And I'm like listening, and they're playing all the songs, and I'm fucking like livid because the line's not moving.
What time were doors?
Doors must have been at 7 because the first band played at 7:30.
How many bands were there?
3.
3 total.
So it was Sleigh Bells, then Pixies, then
Sleigh
Weezer.
Bells are good.
Yeah.
You want to see them?
I already saw them,
Yeah.
and it was a Wednesday, so it's like,
Okay, so 7 was the doors. That's when the first band's going on. And what time did you try to go in?
probably like 7:45.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I never had an issue.
Yeah.
I was angry. I was like, I never get angry, and I was like belligerent, and I cut the line, and
We actually got these. It's called like Fast Pass or Through Pass for an extra $5 just because of your situation.
Nice.
You could. There's a
She added
fast
to it.
pass?
Dude,
She
that's everywhere.
added.
It's like fucking
I don't
Disney
know.
shit right there.
Yeah, I know,
Right?
man.
There's a fast pass
Yeah,
to
no.
get through.
Some shit.
Go to a Slayer
There's
show.
some shit.
They should let you through just for your fucking vest once you
It's-
through the metal detector.
Please. I know. If there was a God in the world, that's what would happen. But
Fucking Slayer plays
yeah,
at
she did
Splish
something,
Splash.
and even after they were purchased, like an add-on.
That
$5
is
a piece.
the most ridiculous fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's fucking. You
So
know what it
thanks
is?
to you, I'm gonna get to see the show.
Yo, that's ridiculous. That annoys me because it's like, and the VIP is like extra. All this other shit that they fucking like tack on. Like I just, it's fucking ridiculous. Like it makes me not want to fucking spend money at a show that you could get a fast pass to
I
get
do hate that place,
fucking
though.
in. That's insane.
Fast
what-
Lane.
Yeah,
Check it out, man.
Fast Lane.
That was like a fucking WWF pay-per-view. You know?
Check
Are
it
you
out.
sure?
Check
are
it
you
out.
su-
Boom.
Are you sure you're not going to WWF, Langan?
Navy blue pair. Check it out.
So,
Boom.
what happens if everybody buys the fast lane pass?
Then you're fucked.
There is no
Yeah.
fast
Yeah,
lane.
then there is-
Then it's
yeah.
just.
Then there's a lot
Then
of people
Sam's
watching.
gonna get
Yeah.
in
Square
before all
one.
of us.
Then there's a lot of people watching Napalm Death. That's what happens, you know, over the 9.
I
You're
want
super mad right now that there's a fast lane. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm completely annoyed because like fast pass for like rides and all that other shit, that's fine. But like to what? To walk through a fucking door?
Maybe I don't have to like get searched.
Jesus fucking Christ! God, I just
don't know.
that blows my
I'm
mind.
gonna let you know how it goes.
Wow.
You know,
I'll be in there.
Yeah.
I'll be.
you can stay in line with us. Maybe we can sneak.
Hand it back to him,
badge.
like a fucking cheat sheet.
But yeah. Anyway, Napalm
yeah.
Death. Who else? Testament.
Testament,
Anthrax,
Lamb of
Lamb of
God,
God,
and
Slayer.
Slayer in that order.
Yeah.
I believe.
Wow,
Yep.
Lamb
I'm
of God
pissed.
over Anthrax.
Oh yeah,
Pissed that
Yeah.
Behemoth is not going to be there. I
they
really
did
wanted
what
to
the
see
Philly
them.
show.
They did part of the leg. I don't know how.
No, they
long
did. They
total.
did half the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen them, and
Me
I've
either.
seen everybody else a lot of
It
times.
would have been
Yeah.
Behemoth at 5:30
I
in their
would've-
makeup.
I would have done that.
Yeah.
You know?
Their Behemoth is playing in the city
They're coming
They are.
around
in September or something
Yeah.
like that.
I want to
yeah.
say the Gramercy. or
Oh,
something.
with,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you and I both
Yeah.
clicked interested on.
Yeah,
It was
they're-
somebody good
they're
on there.
great. But yeah, Lamb of God is massive, man. They are
Oh, they're
bigger than
huge.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
That's why.
I just figured like maybe for like the last tour, I don't know, that maybe Anthrax would be like co-headline.
you probably Lamb of God would outdraw Anthrax.
Oh, absolutely.
Head to head, you know, it's pretty much there. Anthrax is doing great. It's just another generation probably supported Napalm Death, but
One of the questions, that we asked like the people in the group, never ask anyone in the group because we asked them, we're like, should we have guests on or should we just like kind of like do our own thing? And of course, anytime you ask a bunch of people, like it's impossible.
wise asses.
Yeah, but it's just
I gave up after like the 5th comment. I'm just like, I'm done reading this.
it's just completely like the more people you add, like that's why I can't imagine like running a country. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's got to be the it's like going to Great Adventures with 20 people. Like
Yeah.
18 of you want to go in El Toro. There's going to be at least 2 of you that don't want. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They can be like, no, I'm going to hang out over here.
Right.
But it's like, why don't you just want to go in El Toro? Like, why can't you just conform
Right.
with the rest of us? There's going to be 20 of us, but now there's going to be 18, and you're going to fucking sit here and fucking eat cotton candy?
Especially if you have the fast pass. You have the fucking fast pass. You can all fucking go. You know.
That's it.
Have the fucking I don't like roller coasters guy. Like I
Yeah.
don't like roller coasters. Like why did you even come here?
Yeah.
The flume. I don't want to get wet. I don't want to get wet. I can't sit in the front.
You know, so it's like the more you ask these people anything, that they'll never agree, and that's fine, you know. But most people said they don't, you know, an occasional guest is fine. So.
Right.
Except for Nate, who's telling me that he's sick of hearing me, hearing my going to jail stories and Parker talking about Metallica. So
That was good.
he actually listened, so we might have to cater to him.
There you
No
go.
doubt. Slayer.
The Pixies fucking killed. They were fantastic. Weezer.
Who's playing bass for them?
Paz
Who?
from A Perfect Circle
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
she's in there. They even did that Gigantic and a bunch of maybe like one other Kim Deal song.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, let's just bring it back to what's going on now. I just wanted to shout out the Bolton Center thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be presenting a movie every month for 3 months. September, October, November.
Right.
So my friend Michelle Rizzo, she runs shit over there, and what I like about this is like it's on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Most people shout out to Matt Rohr and Cinema Arts Center, they do their thing, but it's mostly like the weekend. Same thing at who else? I think that's it. Like any of these other movies they seem to be like Friday or Saturday. What I like about what we're going to be doing at Bolton is it's a Wednesday, and most people have nothing to do in the middle of the week. So they're more likely to say, like, I will go see Back to School with other people instead of, like a destination. Because in my head, I'm thinking, like, whenever, shout out to Retro Pictures, all that other stuff, it's like if I have something going on, I always have something going on the weekends. Anytime these things pop up, it's like, shit, I'm either playing a show, going to a show, or whatever the fuck. Something like this, it's like Wednesday. So September 19th is going to be the first show. And it's on a Wednesday. I think it starts at like 7:30. Bayshore, we're going to do Back to School.
Yep.
Because it's September, and that's what's going to happen.
It's a great chance to see those movies on a screen, because how often do you get the opportunity?
Just
You're
with
just watching it in your house for the most part.
Yeah.
But
it's basically like watching it in your living room, like when we go to your house or whatever, but it's just bigger. And everyone's just hanging out. They sell wine, they sell beer there, and all this other shit. Our friends on the other podcast, the Films on Tap, they're going to be co-hosting with us as well. And who fucking doesn't like Back to School?
Yeah, this is one of those movies over and over again.
Over and over again,
yeah,
right?
Hands down.
Like I could recite the whole fucking movie, and it just doesn't even matter.
completely quotable.
Yeah, completely.
So you sound a little like Rodney.
I sound like, do I really?
A little bit. Can you hear it?
Yeah, you're like the doom metal Rodney.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good to know. You know? See if I can exploit that shit.
as he like raises the volume on his headphones. Oh, you're right. And then for October, we were going to do 3 o'clock high, but we changed it because we wanted to do something a little bit more themed to October. Mm-hmm. So I suggested The Burbs, which she hated.
Oh,
Did she?
Yeah.
I love The Burbs.
well, I think Dan Turr hates The Burbs too.
Yeah.
He likes Bush era Anthrax.
Yeah. He likes Stomp 442.
Nah.
Come on.
Ooh.
You know?
Anthrax
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
even-
That's what.
Scottion's
Get
mom
behind
doesn't
Sound
even
White
like
Noise.
that record. Yo.
I can get behind Sound of White
Seriously.
Noise, man, but
Yeah.
Stomp 442 is like,
Sound of White Noise is the shit.
yeah, that's a good record.
You can't get behind Stomp 442.
No, I
It's
can't.
impossible.
I, even
They
in
don't.
my
Even
They
them.
don't. Straight
Yeah.
up. They made it. They
Yeah.
sat in the studio for a year.
in
worked
my
on it. You're
in
like,
my
eh.
drunkest hour do I not like that record,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So we decided on the Monster Squad,
Yes.
which I think is like
Good
That's a
choice.
great
There
movie.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's topical. Like the documentary's coming out. I had no idea that this dude Fred Decker wrote and directed it, and then
Oh,
he also
yeah.
did Night of the
Yeah,
Creeps.
Night of the Creeps, House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Fright Rags released a great combination shirt. It was like Monster Squad and Night of Creeps together. It was a fucking pretty sweet shirt. Yeah.
like that's a career. Like if those are the 3 movies that you're known for,
Oh,
and
yeah.
obviously he's done more.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. I believe he did. Remember Amazing Stories?
Oh, yeah.
He did
Yeah.
an Amazing Stories episode with John Cryer when you smear some slime shit on a girl in a magazine and then she comes to life.
Oh fuck! I think I remember that.
yeah, I think
Alright.
that. I think that
Jumping
was
on
Fred
eBay.
Decker, too.
What a premise.
yeah, yeah.
Rub your slime on a girl's picture.
Was it white slime?
I think it was green.
It's like Ecto Cooler.
Could've took
Or,
a weird turn.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like the shit you got in with the He-Man figures.
oh,
You know
the
what I
slime.
mean? Yeah.
Shit was
Oh,
awesome.
remember those like gummies, right? They were like gummy tarantulas and gummy like it was the same thing.
You
Like and you
throw
could
them against the wall?
no, you would eat them.
Oh,
They were like gummy flavored
Sure you're
things.
supposed to eat them?
is it throwing a shit against my refrigerator? Watch it walk down.
Wacky wall walkers.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Is that why? Remember Dr. Fed?
You weren't supposed to eat that shit.
Oh, all right. Maybe that's why I look the way I do.
Yeah.
But Monster Squad will be October,
Yes.
so that's cool on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, mid-October, and then November is going to be Just One of the Guys,
Awesome.
Yeah.
which
Classic.
was like the highest numbers
Oh, yeah. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
It's right up there with all the John Hughes movies.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It's right up there with the Godfathers.
Nice.
Now
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking.
like Godfather, Goodfellas, and that's one of the guys. You know, all balls itch. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So many good one-liners from Buddy.
Yeah.
You know, so many good
Just
ones.
that phone call when the mother calls is still the greatest
Yeah.
scene of the fucking movie.
The girl, Joyce Heiser, she's on Facebook. She's really cool. She interacts with everybody on there.
Terry?
Really political, yeah.
That's Terry?
I had discussions with her about Mitt Romney, like during the election night, like back in, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm talking about Mitt Romney with the girl from Just One of the Guys right now.
Yeah.
In my 40s.
It's awesome.
The fucking internet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
Don't-
really cool, real
don't
nice.
worry,
She does
she's got tits.
conventions.
I wonder if she has another Facebook profile that's the dude.
Yeah. That would be cool. If she doesn't have that, then she's really.
Shit.
But
great
yeah,
idea.
shout out to Mitt Romney and his polygamist family in
Yeah.
Mexico.
His magic underwear, too.
Magic underwear, definitely.
Come on, man.
Well, actually, like I remember watching the Vice episode where his like family fought like fucking like cartel members in Mexico. Oh yeah, absolutely. You don't know about this?
Nah, I don't know.
Okay, so his family moved down to Mexico when I think like maybe like polygamy was like legal or they didn't fuck with you down there.
Mitt Romney.
Absolutely, yo, his family, straight.
Like his dad?
I'll send
or
you-
he?
I don't know. Maybe it was his family, but I'll send you the link. So they go, and I guess they're like on this ranch, and then like a lot of the cartel members were like going through, and they were crossing their property, so they were mad beef. So if you actually go to Vice and their webisode, it's like a 45-minute episode, and it's Mormons versus Mexican cartel, and like how they were kidnapping each other, and they were like straight up like,
What the
yo, it was
fuck?
wild.
Yeah, that sounds like a South Park episode.
Wow. That's a lot to wrap my head around
Yeah.
right there.
So, but anyway, just one of the guys. Shout out.
Nice segue.
And then we're still doing the double feature, you know, just in
Yes.
case you've forgotten. So we're going to do Strangers, Pray at Night. Hopefully Damien Maffei will come out for that. I know that he can't give me a yes or no yet. I didn't know what that was.
It's two Long Island boys making good, that double feature.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
Damien is from, like, I think Staten Island.
Yeah,
So,
we're claiming him,
yeah.
whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, we're claiming you. So, yeah, so Strangers, Pray at Night. Did you watch that?
No.
Okay. Don't, yeah, all right. And then Terrifier, you didn't watch it?
I didn't watch Terrifier. I haven't watched shit. I've just been watching old.
You got to
stupid
see that
movies.
one.
Yeah,
You
what are
know?
you watching these days?
What did I?
The Handmaid's Tale?
Nice.
No, my wife watches. That.
I know.
I think everybody's
She gets
fucking wife
mad,
or girlfriend
she gets
watches
mad
that.
at me for not watching. She's like, "You fucking love it." You know, I'm like, I don't understand. No, you're already invested.
That's what I always said. Like yesterday, I got home and Karen starts watching Castle Rock,
Yo,
and
good show.
I'm like, can someone explain that to me? What the deal is with Castle Rock?
Castle Rock.
I haven't seen it.
What it's about?
Yeah.
It's so it's J.J. Abrams and Stephen King doing it together, and most of it is based about a bunch of like his different characters. I don't know what other. Like I said, it was thunder, lightning,
Oh, that's crazy.
Armageddon, all of the above.
Get
So
the My Pet Monster.
oh
quick.
fuck, dude, get ready to run.
He's got one eye on it.
Get
He's
ready to
telling the
run. I'm
story.
out of here.
Mike, if anything happens, grab that pen.
Yeah. So it takes place in the Shawshank prison. Believe it or not.
And that's what it is because
Yeah.
like I'm like, what are all these nods?
Yeah. So like the opening scene, during the credits and everything, it's scenes from all of his books, like so you'll see like Red Rum, and then you'll see like a quote for like, they all flowed and shit like that. And the guy that plays Pennywise in the new movie is in it.
He's in it.
Is in it. And I mean, there's a bunch of people, from J.J. Abrams, it's people from Lost in it. There's people from King's movies in it. I mean, I'm only up to the second episode, but I love it so far.
Well, I only
so.
saw the first episode, but I didn't really know. I didn't really read up on it. I got home, and it was one of those things where my girlfriend was watching something, and she's like, "Do you want me to restart it?" And I was like, "Fine."
Yeah.
Like there's something about watching shows like I just want to watch it on my own time.
Totally.
I don't want to be in tune with someone.
Dude, I wait. This is how bizarre my television viewing habits are. I have a lot of bizarre viewing habits, but
Upside down.
I don't watch any shit except till it's like over.
Then you just binge it.
And then I just watch the whole, like if it goes 5 seasons, I won't watch one episode of it.
Yeah.
And then it's up and nobody's talking about it anymore.
You just started watching
Did
The
you
Wire.
see The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that show? No, but like maybe not that long, but I'll wait till it gets a couple deep and then watch it that way. You know what I mean?
You know what's fucked up? And one of my favorite shows at the moment is Preacher. Now, everyone on this show knows that I don't read, right?
Yes.
Everyone knows that I'm not.
Remind me every time I bring up that I read a book.
I'm like, why? So, I went to Mike's, and I think it was before the show.
It was definitely before the show.
Yeah, it was right before the show, and it was coming out, and you were like, oh, he's like, you got to read this fucking book. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to fucking love it. It's fucking great. And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, you know what? Like, I just know myself, and the only time I've ever read a book was when I was in jail.
Right.
Because I just had nothing to do. And as long as there's a guitar or a TV or internet anywhere, it's just never, like, I
What about a book on tape in your car driving to work? Would that work for you?
that would work.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, that's what a podcast is. Almost like, like when I listen to podcasts, it's just audio shit.
Right.
But I just, like, I read, like, 10 or 15 pages, and I just can't absorb it. Like, so then the show comes out. I thought the first season was pretty good, but you have the bias.
Well, from the source material.
Exactly.
The source material is just it's just way different, And I could see that if I didn't have that source material embedded in my brain, then I'd probably think the show was great. But because I do have that source material embedded in my brain,
And everyone who does
the show.
feels the same way.
Yeah.
Everyone who has...
That happens with a lot of shows. I hear it with Game of Thrones, too. People have read the book versus the show.
And to me, I'm thinking, like, nothing beats visuals.
Well, you know what it is, too? Because The Walking Dead, when I liked it, whatever,
Bad
the
example.
first 4 or 5 years or whatever, and I read the graphic novels, most of them, and it went way off the course of what they were. But I kind of liked it because I read the book, and they did what they did in the book, and this was almost like, what if this person died early? They took another route. Now I don't know what's going to happen at all. So now it's new to me. Instead of if I read the book and they did it just like that, I'd know what everything was going to happen. So I kind of like it taking a different turn from books.
I think between those two stories, I feel like there's like a same but different kind of dynamic. Only because in The Walking Dead, like most of those characters, I did not give a flying fuck about. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were just there to die and be eaten by zombies.
Sure.
Like
any zombie movie.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's
Right.
it's fucking fodder.
Exactly.
It's fodder for zombies. But in Preacher, there was the thing where like these characters, you started to like, they were like your friends almost, and then to have them portrayed differently on TV.
Were they portrayed differently?
There's differences, especially with Jesse. There's like vast differences with his character as far as the first season goes. I haven't watched past that, and it's not like I'm like fuck that shit. It's just it all harkens back to the obligation thing, man.
Did
Watch
Evan
TV's an obligation.
Did Evan and Seth say why they did that?
After I watched the first couple episodes, I stopped reading any type of interview with those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first season was okay. Like I was like, okay, whatever. The second season, from the first episode to the last episode, blew me away. It was like, it was just one of the best seasons I've ever seen on TV. It was just unique. It was just crazy. Like the world that comic lives in is fucking nuts. And the way they presented it, same thing so far, like 4 episodes in, or 4 or 5 into this season. They go to the grandmother's.
Yeah, which it's a story. And like I said, it's just different timelines, and the story arc has got me all fucked up there.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, I got to say, one day, just...
I probably will. I'll talk all the shit I want right now, but fucking fast forward 2 years when I'm on the fucking couch with a bag of Doritos watching fucking Preacher.
Yeah, well, that was one of those where I was just like, man, I'm like... And I think, seriously, anyone, like even Chris Nolte, people that really are connected to that source material are so apprehensive, and they're like, oh, I don't know, this and that. But for me, if I would have read the book when you asked me to, maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed the show. So I'm glad I dodged it.
So you're justifying the fact that you don't read.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Yeah. Long story short, this
That's
is why
I
don't
don't
read.
read.
TV just, it's just so much better.
Okay.
Yeah, man. If you enjoy
whatever works for you.
If you enjoy the second-rate hack bullshit of shit, then yeah, go for yours.
Let's see. So then going back to the double feature, that's September 14th, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be fun. Same thing. Like I said it before, these are two of my favorite movies of this year. To be able to share them with people that I don't know that might listen to the show or are on the Horror Nerds group, it's going to be fun. It's like a huge living room that we could all go to and just watch. And why'd you check interested on Facebook? Are you just being a bastard?
Total accident.
Okay.
I saw it.
Because I was just like, what? Interested? I'm like, okay.
I might go.
Canceling that vacation.
I got to make everything dramatic, dude. Everything.
Our drummer does
Will
that.
he come or won't he?
Our drummer does that all the time, so that's what I thought you were doing. Like anytime there's like an event and we're playing, he just always marks interest.
Yeah.
Always.
It's my wife does for every horror hang. It's like maybe.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you fucking stay upstairs and I don't give a shit. So real quick, I want to jump into Tom Kiefer because I saw The Man last week.
Yes,
so I went
Tom
to go
Kiefer
of Cinderella fame.
Yep,
So
yes.
so I went to go to that, and first time I'd ever been there to the space, and
Nice venue.
yeah, nice venue. But the bad thing was there was nobody there. I was like, holy fucking shit, maybe pushing it 225 people.
What? That's
Yeah.
a lot of people. That's
How
more
big
people.
of a place is it?
Not in this place though. It looked pretty friggin' empty though. This place.
He could have then probably.
He could have
played
did Revolution. Absolutely could
Right.
do. Yeah. So I watched the first band. It was like Frankenstein 3000 or some shit. I don't know. They were fucking horrible or whatever.
Power Man?
Yeah,
Three?
I wish they might have been better. I don't know. Was that
probably not.
Rob Zombie's brother, right?
His cousin, I think.
Oh, his cousin. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
so then Kiefer comes out and they got the two backup singers and just the band was just odd looking. So you got the the guitarist looked like Zakk Wylde when he was 18 years old. The drummer looked like
Zakk Wylde when he was 30.
No, looked like
Cupcake Curry.
What was yeah? Oh, I wish. Yeah, looked like what was the keyboard player for Letterman?
Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, it looked like Paul Schaefer. Guy wailed though.
Yeah.
The drummer wailed. And then the bass player looked like the singer of Fall Out Boy, like Patrick, whatever. What is that? Patrick Stump or whatever the fuck his name is?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so he looked like him. So he comes out and, starts playing. I think he's probably up to about his fifth song, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, wow, these are all like his songs. I haven't heard one fucking Cinderella song yet. I'm like, oh.
Did you think he was going to play mostly Cinderella?
So I'm
Yeah,
just,
I would've.
so I'm just like,
No.
like it was good, and I'm just like, oh, all right, like, well, whatever it is, it is.
That's wrong.
So then
man.
the,
That's
Did he
wrong. I'm
play
sorry.
perchance the Pat's Chili Dogs commercial?
I don't know what is that.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the lights go down, and I see the backup singers leave or whatever, and then
This next song is called.
and then it was
Nobody's
just
Fool.
Did he talk like that?
then
Please
yeah
tell
yeah
me he
yeah,
did.
and then it was just on, man. Then it was just like I stuck in Cinderella's greatest hits, and the next 15 songs was Cinderella.
Oh, wow.
And he fucking wailed, man.
Really?
He fucking wailed.
He had to go to the
No.
tank, pull out
Yeah.
the faves.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't
How's
want...
the hair? Long or short?
Long,
Okay.
down to his shoulders. He's still rocking the the scarf. That was single guitar. Some songs.
Affliction shirt.
No, opened. It was
A
open.
button-down Affliction
button-
shirt with the
button
crosses.
open.
The Affliction shirt is like the uniform of like every old rocker.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
It's like their
that.
new
It's
thing.
that or
Yeah.
Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
Probably is out and it's just Affliction, and they all have a haircut
That's-
like Ricky.
Ricky Rocket.
Ricky Rocket.
Yeah.
Now that's it. That's the uniform you wear when you're
Yeah.
an old aging glamster.
But I give the guy credit because even the songs that he wasn't playing guitar straight through, just singing, the fucking roadie came out. gave him the guitar, and he fucking wailed that solo, man.
Now he's got a abrasive. How's his voice?
It held up.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 female backup singers, and he had the keyboard player was also helping him hit the high notes. But
Was his mic plugged in?
yeah, I thought that he
If I was
sounded.
him,
impressive.
I wouldn't splurge on the backup singers.
I wouldn't
Taking
even
a
splurge
cut.
on the roadie getting
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
guitar. Like,
Yeah.
I might even drop
Even the roadie came out and played a song with him. It was pretty great. He was like, fuck it, I'm out here anyway. Might as well fucking jam with you guys.
If I was, I wouldn't want to split the pie that many ways if I was
No.
Kiefer.
I was
I might
listening-
even lose the bass player.
And the thing is, so we're walking in, and the guy's still touring in like a fucking tour bus, and I'm like, what is this guy's payout?
No.
Yeah, because that fucking bus.
He's still
back in the
holding
day.
on.
Those
Oh,
things
yeah,
were
well,
$1,000 a day from fucking.
Never giving up my bus.
Yeah, I was just like, man, this guy must be.
He probably bought it cash in like 80.
Yeah, maybe.
Fucking fuel. He probably spent all his money on fuel.
I remember.
Mechanic too, bus mechanic.
I remember what's his name? That band. You heard of Sworn Enemy, I'm sure, right?
I have heard of
This band, Sworn Enemy. So they were a band from New York, I think from Queens, and then Jamie Hatebreed actually got them signed to Elektra, like a subsidiary of Elektra, and they got a bus, and they did Ozfest and this and that, and then they wound up getting kicked off the label, and they just refused to return the bus.
Yeah.
But it was the same shit. They fucking drove it out of state and just returned to. I mean, they finally did return it, but I was
Bus
just like,
costs a lot
yeah,
of money.
dude. It's back in the day. It was $1,000 for the gas, the driver, and everything else. I can only imagine what it is now.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
what could he possibly have gotten guaranteed?
I don't know. I mean, he was selling T-shirts for fucking $35 though. Yeah, and the
Falls on him.
and the
man.
front the front just said Kiefer, and then on the back it just said Rocks. I was just like, wow. I was hoping the back was going to say Sutherland, and then he would have gotten sued.
Was
by,
he at the
you know.
table signing?
No,
hanging?
no.
And he wouldn't even do that.
No,
Ah, fuck
wouldn't even
that guy,
fucking do
man.
that. Yeah.
It's like
So-
the name of the
I bet you
record.
Eric Brittenham wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they just played. He just played Long Island not too long ago.
Well, he didn't play, right? He was just.
He was,
there.
like, in that
There was
other band.
advertisers hanging out,
Yeah.
right at the Iron Maidens thing.
Oh, I was there actually.
and it said
He was in the
Eric
opening band, though. I
Brittenham.
thought, wasn't
He was in the opening
yeah.
band.
Oh, I didn't see that he was in a band. I
Yeah,
thought
he
it was
was-
like, he's just hanging out at Mulcahy's.
Yeah.
You can meet the blonde-haired bass player.
Maybe
He was the prettiest one in Cinderella, yo. For real.
he was waiting for Tom Kiefer's bus to take him out.
Pick me up, Tom.
Yeah, I'll be there in a few weeks.
Let's take that gypsy road one more
Nice, nice.
Just checking if Mulcahy's till I get there in 2 weeks.
time. I'll be sleeping in the back. They hooked me up with a job in the kitchen. Make ends meet till you get here. He's writing letters like,
Recreating nothing but a good time washing the dishes. So I was looking at this list. You know the site Consequence of Sound?
yes.
They do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been listening to this, like, seriously, one of the best put together podcasts that I've ever heard, which is on the Consequence of Sound Network, and it's this group called the Loser Circle. So they decided to dissect every Halloween movie leading up to October. So in February they started with 1, and they're going all the way down to number 8, Resurrection. So the first 5 are up now. So sometime within like the next week, 6 is going to be up, which I'm really interested to hear, because they dissect everything. Like, these episodes are like fucking 3 hours long of just people. I can't even describe. Have you guys listened to it? I sent it to you. No?
Not in its entirety.
Okay.
Yeah.
They go through, like, you ever see like an old person eat a chicken bone? Like how they just leave that bone?
Right.
These
every
guys,
little
yeah,
piece
every
of meat off that
every
shit.
cartilage
See
thing.
your
Sucking on the
reflection
bone.
in
Yeah.
the bone.
Like if you give my grandmother like a chicken wing,
Right.
like by the time it's just a bone. Like she'll sit there and just like eat that shit till it's a bone. Like there's no meat. There's nothing else you could,
Right.
That's what they
There's
do.
nothing left.
That's what they do with these episodes, leading up to David Gordon Green's Halloween movie with, I guess who's that guy? Danny McBride. So he co-wrote it.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen any of this director's movies?
Pineapple. He did Pineapple
He
Express.
did Pineapple
did he?
Express.
Yeah.
He
Pineapple
did Your
Express.
Highness.
Your Highness,
I loved that movie, and it took a beating.
It did.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it because I was like, I'll just check it out eventually, And I did watch, and it definitely has some hilarious parts.
It's funny
does,
in like that Cheech and Chong kind of.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong isn't like brilliant comedy, but it's just goofy, silly, stoner kind of.
No.
But
It's
there's
fun.
a lot of funny shit
Yeah,
in that
it's
movie.
like it is a fun movie.
Yeah.
I was a little. It was way better than I thought it was.
Way better than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
one of those things like, like even like Half Baked.
Right.
Like to me, I'm like, I don't want to watch this fucking movie about weed.
Right.
And then when you watch it, you're like, wow, this is good.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
So he did a bunch of stuff. He also did a movie that I want to watch called Manglehorn with Al Pacino. And then another movie called George Washington. So, I mean, he's done a bunch of cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer came out. Did you watch the Halloween trailer?
Yeah.
Did you watch
Yeah,
it?
I did.
Yep.
You? I feel like I'm going to stop watching trailers soon. I feel like they're giving too much away.
I agree with you, and I have for the most part. But I was so excited to see
Me too.
what it looked like.
I couldn't
yeah.
hold it, but I feel like sometimes I just watch like a minute, and once I feel like it's just too much.
Right.
Like, I know they're going to probably release a second trailer soon, a third.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to watch it.
No.
Just not going to watch it because it just, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't know what the movie's going to be like, but I don't know. There's a lot that they showed in that first fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like they're showing too much.
There's a lot of anticipation, a lot of pressure on making that one good.
And it's,
It's been rebooted before,
It's been rebooted. What do you think the fact that they're starting right after the first? Getting rid of the second.
They were getting rid of it. I thought it was after the second.
No, after the
okay.
first.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think. You know what I mean? It's just.
It matters. It's your episode.
Yeah. Well, no, but you know what it is. I'll judge it when I see it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I mean, of course I want to like it. I want to be like, oh, that was fucking sick. You know what I mean? Like when the new Mad Max movie came out, I was like, oh, where are they going to go from here? And I saw it, and I thought it was great. You know what I mean? But I feel like those home runs are few and far between.
Yeah.
I don't know why I mean, I could understand getting rid of, obviously, the third one, even though it's supposed, I mean, even though I love the third one, but it doesn't really even take place almost in the same universe.
I grew to love the third.
Right.
And it's funny, for my 40th birthday, this motherfucker texts me, just randomly. Mike texts me, he's like, yo, you like Halloween 3? And I didn't know I was getting a surprise party or anything. And he just texted me 2 weeks before or something, because I guess Karen had it planned for so long. And I was like, do I like Halloween 3? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, when I was a kid, no, but And then he's like, all right. I don't even think he responded. I think once I just
totally
wrote
cryptic.
yes. Yeah. And then next thing you know, I get the surprise party, and he's there hanging out at the bar, and he fucking hands me a bag. You guys were actually at the party together. And I fucking pull out in a fucking Halloween 3 sweatshirt, and I was like, fuck. You fucking got me.
It's nice too.
Yeah, it's nice,
Real
completely.
Nice. Yeah.
It keeps you very warm.
Very
Sensible.
warm. I wish I had it now.
It's a very practical item. But I mean, as far as after the first one, I mean, it all depends on the story. You know what I mean? That's really the whole thing behind it. I want to be excited.
Right.
It's just that I've been so.
You've
so
been left
jaded.
at the altar before.
Yeah, exactly. I've been so jaded with remakes. I mean, I couldn't. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I didn't even see.
Oh, you didn't miss much.
Well, yeah, and I knew, and that's just. I saw the Friday 13th remake, and I was like, what what are they doing
here? Is it
here?
even possible to ever do anything with Nightmare on Elm Street again? Because when you don't see Robert Englund, it's impossible. He's if it's not him, I mentally can't do it.
Yeah, there's no mask prevent. That's very. What's the word?
Yeah, the other guys have
seeing
masks.
the shape of his. I mean, granted, he's got a lot of makeup on, but there's more of a personality to it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guys are just man behind a mask, silent, whatever.
Yeah.
Leatherface grunting a little bit.
And that's why.
But Freddy's got personality.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like Rosie O'Donnell could play Leatherface, and I wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like Friday, the same thing. Like obviously Kane Hodder, but like
Could be anybody.
Can you really?
Really?
Completely anybody.
Yeah.
Michael Myers. I mean, as long as you give him the right mask, not the fucking wrong mask, the right mask.
Yeah.
You know, like what did they do in 4 and 5 with those masks?
5 is the absolute worst. Like 4, I could somewhat handle, but 5 is just fucking
everybody
pathetic.
thinks they have a better idea on how to do some shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna snazz it up this way, and they're fucking wrong.
5 looks like they actually bought the fucking mask at Walmart. Like the prop department lost it. They were like, fuck it, just put this thing on.
That's the one that has like the weird like Ronald McDonald afro.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yes, it's very Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, terrible.
Completely.
Yeah.
But they go.
That movie's gonna do some big business, though. Huge.
Yeah.
They go into, like this podcast. It's so great. Just Google Halloweenies. That's what it's called. And they go through all these episodes, man, and so much information. Like, they're so long, and it took me about 3 weeks to listen to everything. I listened to like 30, 40 minutes at a clip, and I never knew fucking William Lustig directed Relentless. That's one. They go through all the, like, these guys know their fucking shit.
Right.
They know their shit, man. And then I was thinking about these episodes reminded me of something, and I needed to Google because I had this like, wait, I think it's the same guy. So in Cobra, the beginning of Cobra, you remember the guy who was in the shopping?
Yep.
And he was just like the guy with the gun. And
I got a bomb on me.
Yeah,
that guy,
right.
Yeah.
So it's like the Spanish dude with the shotgun, and then
Guy was on Eastbound and Down too.
Was he?
It was the second season. He was the coach.
Yeah, you're absolutely
In Mexico.
Right. Yeah.
And you know where else? He did the same exact role in Maniac Cop too. He was the guy that was fucking like robbing the convenience store.
Awesome.
Like complete
Typecast right there.
Yeah, totally. Like, so you figure Cobra was 86, and like Maniac Cop 2 probably was like, it's like, oh, we need you to play this.
Just walks next door. It's like the same, different set. I'm here.
Same wardrobe.
No makeup.
Same long green trench coat.
Yeah, he's just like sitting there making him like scratch off the fucking things. Like, and Maniac Cop 2 is the best out of the 3. I don't care what anyone says.
All right.
But yeah, everyone should listen to this podcast. It's just, it made me want to rewatch all the movies. It made me want to just, like, I started watching the documentaries. I found like a Halloween 2 documentary and all these things that were just so much fucking fun to watch. I had no idea Nick Castle, who played the Shape in the first one, directed Starman. What? No.
Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter.
Yeah. It's Mike Tamburino, like his favorite movie right there.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. There's so many things that these fucking herbs that had no lives whatsoever just accumulated, and it's just, man, it's been a lot of fun to listen to. You know what else was really good? I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Voices. Pretty random.
That's the Ryan Reynolds one?
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
I did see that.
That I did
I
see.
saw the
dogs?
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think
Yeah.
of it?
I thought it was good.
What
Wasn't
did you-
blown away, but it was good.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that. I didn't hate it by any means.
Yeah.
I was blown away by it because I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much. Maybe I just went in with the bar super low. But it was like very disturbing and very much like John Waters. Like, it was just
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
complete mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I really loved it. It was like one of those random rare gems that when I watched it, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix. So that's pretty good. And who's the dude that's doing the RoboCop reboot?
Oh, that's the guy who did District 9.
Okay.
Neil Blomkamp or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what he does with the franchise, if you will.
That's big shoes to fill, man, because I love that
Big time.
fucking movie.
It's great.
I feel like the
so
first
super
one,
violent, too.
The first one.
I do love the second one, though, too.
The
Yeah,
second
first
one is
one's
cool.
tits.
Yeah.
The
I've never
second
seen
one-
the third.
The third one is not that cool.
Yeah. Not Peter Weller either, right?
No,
No,
it's, Robert Burke, the guy.
That's RoboCop with a jetpack, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I
one
know.
with the ninjas and shit.
That's a little
Actually,
too-
cheating.
the
Wait, there was
third
ninjas
one,
in RoboCop 3?
Yeah, it was written by Frank Miller, wasn't it?
that's
The
funny.
guy who did Sin City and everything.
They
I
had
think he
ninjas in
wrote
every
the
movie
script.
back then.
Yeah.
They
That is
squeeze- Can we
true.
squeeze some ninjas? into
Ninja
this?
Turtles,
Yeah.
whatever you need, we got.
Do we have any room in the budget for ninjas?
You're right.
post?
There was like, yeah, because like people just karate fought for no reason. Like if you watch like a Seagal movie, everyone knew karate.
Right.
Why?
Even Police Academy, you had Jones knew karate. You know,
What's
so
the
you
point of having the whole ninja outfit? Like you're good at karate. like, why do you have to wear the whole getup where you only see out of the little
The
slit of
eyes,
your
yeah.
eyes? What's the advantage?
And
It's not armor.
Mm.
Take that shit off.
And it's got the softest like little shoes with the little toe,
Oh yeah.
the little big toe thing.
Yeah,
It's
like ballet
for,
slippers.
Stealth purposes. and
Twinkle
such?
toes.
I guess they could be quiet without the goofy outfit.
Yeah, why not
Just be
like
real quiet,
a
yeah.
camouflage ninja?
Like I can imagine them in like a locker room, like getting ready before some, Van Damme invades the base, and like putting on their fucking ballerina outfit, because they
That's
gotta go
another
fight.
If you think of like, what I love about like movies in the '80s, like American Ninja 2 had this, where like actually 1 and 2, like this dude kills like 30 ninjas in a row,
Yeah.
and then like the last 10 still think they could take him. Like
Yeah.
at no point,
Like fuck this.
Yeah.
This guy's obviously too good.
like at
Let's
no
go.
point, like he murders. If there's 40 ninjas and he takes out 39 of you, like just run.
Yeah, fuck this.
Why? Yeah, like why? If 40 of you can't beat him and you're the last guy, why fight him?
Yeah, that makes zero sense. You're right.
And then when he like kills,
What about the hero himself, though, to look at this base and be like, all right, it's about 350 guys in there. I'll just go in this way.
There's that
No
fine line
fear.
between
There's no way I'm not going to, I'm going to get beat or get shot.
confidence and arrogance, bro. There's that fine line.
yeah,
What was that, Dudikoff?
dudikoff, absolutely. And he was like gonna be the man of canon. Like he
Dudikoff.
was like the kept woman. Like the canon. The cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they promised him, like like that shitty boyfriend that always said that they were going to take you to dinner and they were going to marry you if you stuck around.
Right.
They had him like locked in. They bought Spider-Man for him and all this other shit. And in the documentary, did you watch the documentary?
I did.
The canon
So
one?
good.
Yeah, it is really good, actually.
It's great. I
Yeah.
didn't want it to end.
Yeah.
Like it took a minute to start because
I think the dudes from Canon didn't want it to end either,
No.
but
no, I think they did actually
Yeah.
because they didn't sanction. Actually, I don't know if you heard. At the end they mentioned it, where they found out this documentary was being made. Like they didn't give their blessing, so they're
Right.
like, "Fuck this shit," and they made their own. That's why there's one called the Go-Go Boys or something.
Oh yeah.
So that's why Van Damme is in that one, and like because if you remember the Canon documentary, Electric Boogaloo, a lot of people like it wasn't like they were shitting on them, but they were kind of just saying like they were. It seemed like the truth, like they that these guys had no idea what they were doing. They were spending way too much money. They fucking
If you watch the films, that's pretty much makes perfect sense. That's not a surprise.
watch Star Wars. What was that? Superman 4.
Oh, Quest of Peace.
fuck it, yeah.
Or what about the Fantastic Four movie that didn't
that's
get
bad.
made?
I
so.
finally saw.
That's so
I didn't
bad.
see that, but I saw the documentary.
Yeah.
That was good. That's a
Great
good
documentary.
documentary. Yeah.
That's
documentary,
fucking great.
I own
Yeah.
that. I actually bought that bootleg, that
Yeah.
Fantastic Four movie, and I was
That Red Skull is
surprised even how shitty it was. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertaining for what it is, but it's like,
It's so
they
bad.
spent all their money on that thing costume.
Yeah.
Just to retain.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Right.
what it was to
Yeah,
retain the rights.
to the
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
That is the brilliant. You know what? That's where the movie lies. You make a documentary, and there's like when you have like an ending like that, because a documentary is a documentary, but that's like the plot. By the time you get to the end, you're like, oh shit, this is why they did this.
Right.
They did it to get the rights, and like all
I
these.
feel
Why,
like
why did they have to spend that much, though, if that's all it... You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Could have spent like a lot less just to until the actors like, listen, this is the only reason we're making this shit.
Yeah.
Instead of leading them,
No,
they all
yeah,
thought
they
they were
let
going to be
them
in
on
the
like a
next
motherfucker.
fucking big
That's
blockbuster.
the thing about that documentary. They're like, oh, this is going to change the face of fuck superhero cinema right now. And then, and the next
Yeah.
thing you know, it's the biggest comic book joke fucking ever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's terrible.
What is the name of the movie?
Oh shit!
Well, anyway, if you're listening and you're curious,
I think it's on YouTube.
yeah, just the whole
believe.
thing is up, or even like
Yeah.
it's on Amazon Prime
Yeah.
streaming.
Yep.
And it's just fascinating stuff. Like
That's
things.
fun. Everybody here loves it, but I don't remember the name either.
I love
No.
What's the name of it? Oh, I
documentaries
don't know.
about films that had like were in production hell. I love that shit. There was one about who was the guy that did Island of Dr. Moreau?
Oh, yeah.
The Richard Stanley.
Yes. That one, that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
that
thing.
one is great.
Terry Gilliam when he was trying to do
Don Quixote.
Yeah. I love films like that.
Yeah.
That break down like what went
that,
wrong and shit.
That Don Quixote movie, everything
It's
that could have
cursed.
gone wrong went wrong.
They tried to do it
it's
again,
not-
I think, and
I think
something happened.
they're doing it now.
Yeah.
I think they tried to do it again, and it was a failure again. And then I think they're doing it now.
That movie and there's a book. I know. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, guys. Confederacy of
He
Dunces,
reads.
which is like a legendary book written by a guy. He wrote one book and died, and I think he killed himself. And this book got really popular, of course, after he fucking died. He never knew success. But they tried to make
Good
this
move.
movie with it's about a heavy set guy. He's real weird and quirky. He lives in down south, and I think they had Belushi cast to play it. He died. Farley was going to do it. Died. Like all these guys,
Shit.
and they just tried to relaunch it a million times, and it's just not going to happen. And Don Quixote, that reminded me of that.
What other fat guy could they get to do it?
Dom DeLuise.
Jack Black, watch your fucking back. I'm looking at you.
I was going to mention Crowbar again.
Nice.
Like when we said
Guy is big.
the last episode, I said that we should use them to do the Disorderlies remake.
Oh, yeah.
Who, Crowbar? Yeah.
They could be the new Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to the Disgraceland podcast, and they do an episode on Norwegian black metal, and I had no idea what a bastard Varg was.
Yeah.
Like, what a real bastard he was.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's just, the whole thing has taken a life of its own that I find amusing.
It is
and that's
funny.
What it is. But he's a complete piece of shit.
And so this dude on the podcast, this guy, I forget his name, I think it was like Jake, he was in a band called Cast Iron Hike.
Nice. Good band.
Remember that band?
Yeah.
All right, so the singer now does a podcast called Disgraceland, which is essentially Tales from the Tour Bus, which was that Mike Judge show.
Right.
So he takes these episodes in like 30, 40 minutes, and then he tells a story of like, I don't know, he'll pick something, and it's narrated very well, and it's easy listening. So it's like, oh, I want to listen to this. Like he's doing like a Sinatra and the Mob one. He did a Motley Crue one.
Yes.
And just like these bits and pieces of stories, and the Varg one, like he talks about like, who's the guy that he killed? Euronymous? Euronymous.
Yeah.
And I guess he went over there. Like, I don't know. It was just funny, man. Like, I had no idea just how crazy, like, that scene got over there.
Well,
That whole mayhem story is absolutely the craziest thing in rock history.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, where is it? The first guy killing himself, and the brains and the necklace, and then
cooked
take
it up
the
and
picture
everything.
for the
Yeah,
album
he cooked
cover.
up the guy's brains and that whole thing.
The church burning.
But that's the whole. You
The
know what
stabbing.
it was? It was so crazy because it was just they were like 16-year-olds. They were like they were like teenagers that whole time. Except I think Euronymous, I think he was older and he was like kind of like the godfather of the whole scene, and that's why
he had the record store.
and then Varg, I guess, was jealous of the whole thing. So that's what's funny about the thing is that not only is he like a piece of shit, but he's like a fucking brat. He's like a bratty piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like makes it
The
a little
worst
worse.
kind.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You could
Like,
tell even when he was in court. Then he's like
Yeah.
smirking and smiling.
Yeah, he's
and then he
like
escaped. He broke out of jail once, but now he's out.
Yeah, but
Out living in the woods somewhere.
He broke out of jail, but did he break out of jail? Or he didn't come back from his weekend pass or something like
Yes.
that. Like
I think he's
You're
actually
right.
living on Tom Kiefer's tour bus
Yeah.
right now. Last I heard.
He's in the woods with his family, starting a small militia or something. But
You know what? If you're in the woods, not hurting
I
anyone.
saw Ian Christie posted a picture from Lords of Chaos, like a still.
So that movie is getting made?
Yeah, it's gonna be out sometime. I
What
think
is the
within
plot
a year.
exactly? Do you know the actual plot?
I don't know what exact angle. Like I read the book Lords of Chaos, which sucks. It's more just
What makes a book suck? Like, just words? Like, I mean, I don't know.
the words weren't the words I wanted to see.
Yeah.
No,
So I'm thinking, like, how could a book, like,
they
what's
took
the
the
difference?
angle of it reads like a true crime book,
Okay.
and there's not really. I wanted a little more into the music and the structure of the music and the scene
Yeah.
than just the crime.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess that's what it was. But anyway, the Culkin kid, not Macaulay, the other
Kieran?
one. I think he's playing Varg. Or,
Oh.
no, he's playing Euronymous or something.
Okay. Oh.
I don't know, but he's sitting there. He kind of looks the part a little bit. I give him that. And he's got this girl with him, though, that looks like a blonde hair. It's like she hangs out at the mall and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That dude wasn't hanging out with no girl that looks like that. Or any girl. Period.
Yeah,
but,
if you were hanging out with girls, you wouldn't do shit.
It just didn't look right. I mean, I'm going to see it, of course.
Of course.
You know.
Me too.
I don't know how you can fuck up the Mayhem story. There's so much to work with. But, you know, that whole scene. And that's just them. There's so many weird motherfuckers over there. But,
yeah. What a scene.
It's an
what a
odd
scene.
thing.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's run by teenagers. Kids, man. You know?
Speaking of Norwegian
Children
black
of the
metal,
corn
though,
fucking situation.
the new Immortal album is fucking killer. One of the best albums I've heard this year.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's not like complete, just 100% blast beat black metal. It's fucking great. Great riffs, all kinds of shit. It's rare that, you know, Immortal broke up and Abbott put out a solo album.
Which was pretty good.
Which was really good. This is kind of like that.
Okay.
It's black metal, but it's not
Yeah.
100%. It's just like that. You got like two equally great albums out of that band.
Okay, then that's good because like I'm not a big black metal fan, but like when I listened to some of the Abbott record, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
If you like the Abbott record, you could like or tolerate
Okay.
this one.
I checked out
Came out
that
2 weeks ago.
Impending Doom band. I don't know if that's really black metal, but that was pretty good. That was pretty fucking heavy.
I haven't heard that one.
I'm like a Spotify whore man now, man. It's over
You're-
with.
This guy-
you got bit by the bug.
That's
now.
it, man.
It took him a while.
Dude,
He just signed up like
he's
last
had it
week. He
longer
was
than
telling
me.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got up and YouTubing it for fucking
You have
months.
been whenever we go
Yeah.
to his house, like I'll go watch UFC fights at Mike's house, and at the end of the night, that's what it is. It's like, and it's fun. Like when but when you're out of the car, and when you're in a car or like elsewhere.
Oh yeah, it's a different story because when the YouTube has, like I said, there's commercials in the middles of songs, and I'm like punching my phone, almost crashing my car, like shut it up, you know, like fuck, you know.
Yeah, you go from like
so-
doom metal to like a Febreze commercial.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta
so
get
it's,
that premium.
Yeah, it's. But I did get to Spotify, and it's worth every goddamn penny.
Worth every
Yeah.
fucking. Everyone's like, yo, you
Yeah,
guys
no.
sponsored by that? I'm like, no, it's just worth every fucking penny.
Yeah.
I wake up, I get in my car, drive an hour to work, and I'm playing it. I get out, I go to my desk.
Yeah.
It's on for 10 hours at my desk, nonstop. I get in my car, do the same thing on the way home. I listen to it so much.
That's it.
It's an endless supply. It's like my dream as a kid to have
To have
everything
access
at my
to everything.
fingertips whenever I fucking feel like it. Almost everything. You know?
Everything that you
Couple
need.
of things here and there I'd wish to see on there, but that's a small complaint. Even like some band like Tool, I think, is gonna release their stuff soon.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know.
because
Yeah.
they're not on there. I know they put out a new record. Yeah, Kill
They
Me
didn't yet.
Tool,
They're
like
still
Jay-Z, because obviously
slowly
his
making
title.
it.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Anyway, what are some of the things that you discovered about Spotify that you like yet, or some of the bands, or what are the last 5 things that you punched in that you were looking
The
for?
last 5. What are the last 5 things I punched in? I'm trying to think. I listened actually on the way here to
Agony
the
cans?
new. No, I don't listen to my own shit. That's weird. Only if I have to play it so I can memorize the shit that I forgot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's other than that, I'm like, yeah, everybody else, you enjoy it. I don't. I whatever. The new Skeleton Witch I listened to.
Oh, I heard
so
that.
good,
I heard
right?
It is good, man.
Fucking killer,
I'm
man.
actually, I still swear by that Forever Abomination record. I think it's like that record is the one that really blows me away.
Sure.
But the new one is actually really, really good.
I haven't
It's
played it all the
really
way
good.
through, like 3 or 4
Yeah.
cuts, and it fucking rips, man.
All right, what else? I'm trying to. I wish I have my phone. Actually, I'll tell you right now.
It's on a good stretch right now.
Yeah,
There's
'cause-
a lot
'cause
of
we-
good metal
I could
releases.
chop everything together.
The new Black Fast is badass.
Yo, Black Fast is fucking awesome.
Fucking ripper, man.
Yeah.
Check that shit out.
Black
Thrash.
Fast.
Yeah.
The new
Jungle
Hopes,
Rot,
the
too.
new Hopes Fall. That band Hopes Fall
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
that's very good, and tie-in that actually Thomas Flynn directed their new
Oh,
video.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw him.
Okay.
So I'm taking the picture.
All right,
Yeah.
so the last 5 things on the way here, I was listening after maybe 3 songs of the Skeleton Witch. I just put on individual thought patterns.
Nice.
Because
Yep.
fuck it.
Guy's playing with Anthrax. Fucking Hoagland, baby.
Giant Squid.
My favorite.
And this band, this face hugger. It's like a synth type fucking band.
Oh, like
Nice.
the synthwave shit.
Yeah, some synthwave.
I love
shit.
that.
Oh,
stuff.
he's a Gunship
Yeah.
fan too.
Oh, so
Love
good.
that.
Last
Yes.
time,
So good.
last time I went to watch some UFC fights, his wife had on the Cannon shirt, you know, like
Nice.
the Cannon logo.
Yeah,
Gunship.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they actually just put out that.
The song with the sax man.
Yeah.
That
Capello,
shit
man.
is hot.
Yeah, oh
Love
man,
it.
it's fucking
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
he
Have you
saw-
heard that?
No. But
Do you
he-
like that whole
Yeah, yeah.
synthwave thing?
I'm
You into
in.
it? Yeah.
So
Not sure.
No.
Just asking.
I am. I swear.
Anything but reading, man. We'll talk about anything but reading.
He saw you actually cried during the John Carpenter
I did.
set.
I did. During
What
the,
was that
during
like?
the fog?
You saw him live, right? Because
I
I don't
saw
think
him
any of us
live.
saw him.
Did you see Carpenter?
I did
No,
not.
I would have
Oh,
fucking loved to.
If he comes around, it's
I think
totally
he's coming
worth
back.
it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to expect. It was like I was going to see John Carpenter, so I go and I see, and it's him playing with, you know, like he's playing the keyboard and everything, and he's got like a band around him, and they're showing all the songs that he's doing from the movies that he's doing them from.
So
you know
sad.
what I mean? So it's like in the back. You know, obviously he's playing the Christine song, and there's the fucking, you know, the Chevy up there. Was it Chevy or was it Plymouth?
I thought it was a Chevy.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's
Yeah.
been on cable recently.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
it's a
shit
Chevy,
about
but I don't
cars.
want, you know, I don't want to forsake information here.
Yeah.
So,
You don't want Hugo chiming in.
yeah,
Oh, sure.
you know, and then you know, the Thing, obviously, and then they played the Fog, and
That's one of
I
my
was
favorite.
I was very happy, so I cried tears of joy.
It's a great movie,
Wow.
The Fog.
Yeah.
You know?
I had a moment.
I had a moment.
At a
Yeah,
moment.
I got to go to that, and I got to go fucking see Goblin if they ever do fucking Dawn of the Dead again.
Yeah,
That's what
see,
I
I
gotta
would
do.
see them if they did like something like that.
Well, they're coming
'Cause
around and
they're-
doing Suspiria.
They do a
They're
lot
just
of
gonna do
fucking
Suspiria.
weird ass
Yeah.
Italian Prague shit that I ain't feeling. But if they're doing a specific movie,
Yeah.
I would check
What did
it
you
out.
think of Suspiria? Did you watch it or not?
Are we talking about the original one?
The original.
Because
Yeah.
they're remaking it.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah, the
they? Is
original.
it out yet or no?
No.
Oh, Suspiria is. I mean, it doesn't really make a lick of sense, but it's like one of the most beautifully made horror movies ever in the world.
Exactly. That's it, right there.
Yeah,
It's amazing looking, but it's fucking.
yeah. I mean,
don't
most
know.
a
That's
lot
how-
of those.
That's how I felt about The Witch. I'm like, it looks good, but it's the most boring movie
Yes.
I've ever seen in my life.
I am not an Argento fan, which I get crucified over. But
Is
by
it because
some
he's
people,
Italian?
Completely, 100%. No, because I love Fulci's one of my favorite fucking
Well,
directors.
Fulci, I mean, I feel like Fulci is the same kind of way because if you watch The Beyond, it's
Close your ears, Jeff Warsaw. I know that how
Yeah.
he feels.
But Fulci like brings this fun gore to it.
oh,
that-
absolutely.
that- you know what I mean? That
Although I will, the only movie about with Fulci that I have to say that I have issues with is House by the Cemetery. Has the most
Annoying
annoying kid
that
ever.
fucking kid.
Did
on
you
the
have him on that fucking poll you
planet.
created? Most annoying
No,
kid?
well, that was TV shows only.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
That kid is so
Oh,
whack.
and you know, it's
But
like,
doesn't it make
oh,
it funny
God.
though,
It makes
and entertaining? Like
It
Argento
does.
doesn't even have that.
yeah, well, he's
doesn't
got,
even
he's
have
got
a
pretty
shitty kid
shots,
to laugh
man.
at.
Yeah, what if
Yeah.
that kid was
Yeah.
in Suspiria?
Yeah,
Would you
that
like
kid-
it?
Yeah, well, as long as there's an impalement.
I thought that
involved,
kid
I
from
love it,
fucking
yeah.
Babadook was annoying.
Like I'm gonna
I would've
lose
kept-
all my cred here, but like and giallos fucking don't like it at all, man. That whole genre, I can't think of one that I like.
I have no real opinion on him. Just
Everyone I try to watch, I'm bored to fucking tears. How do you feel about that style, that giallo shit?
Eh,
Yeah,
kind of same thing. It's there.
it leaves me
You know?
cold.
cold.
Yeah,
Did,
and Argento did a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
did you really want to talk about the Hellraiser documentary?
I mean, I will.
Go ahead.
It definitely.
What was it called? Leviathan?
Leviathan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted
It's
to see
too
that.
long.
It's
I didn't like it.
well.
Yeah?
Did you see it?
I saw like some of it. I saw
Yeah,
like
I had
an
to stop
hour.
it
Yeah, was-
because they're making a Hellraiser documentary and it's got all the people from all the movies except fucking Clive Barker.
Oh, wow.
How could you not have Clive Barker in a Hellraiser documentary? It's
Can't
it's
do that.
ridiculous.
It's like when they do a music doc about a band, but they didn't license any of the songs.
yeah. You're like Muzak.
Yeah, it tells me like you didn't want to go all in on this fucking thing.
yeah, it's and like
You didn't believe
I
in
was
it.
waiting for it to come out. You know, I was like, I
Me
want
too.
to see this fucking Hellraiser
Yeah.
documentary, and there's no Clive Barker.
Where'd you watch it on? Like a DVD It's out on.
I think it's on like Amazon or something like that. Yeah. But it was kind of ridiculous. I was thinking I had to stop it.
It was on only the first one, right?
Yeah, there's only the one available now. I think there is going to be 2.
Okay.
No, I thought you were talking about only the first Hellraiser because I think it's like a 2-part documentary.
Is there a reason like Clive Barker was there any story behind why?
I don't know.
He hated
like
it.
he didn't approve it.
Yeah,
it could be. You know?
Maybe. Yeah. He probably saw it and was like, "Hell no, I'm not going to be in it."
What?
Yeah.
No.
Now, one day, I was at Mike's house, and our friend Keith was there, and we were leaving, and we were in the basement, where sometimes the party heads to after the night, and we were tired. It was like 2 a.m, and so Mikey's like, "Yo, before you leave," it was like the most serious question. We're like, "Holy shit, what's going on?" He's like, "Yo, before you guys fucking leave, I gotta ask you something." And I'm like, "Okay."
Like Halloween 3.
He's just like, and he looks at me with the most serious face. He's like, "Alien or aliens?" And I was just like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Well, obviously aliens." So I have to basically bring it here, and I'm going to say Hellraiser 1 or Hellraiser 2.
Oof.
I think, personally,
I'm going 2.
I think 2, only because it kind of it fleshes out the Cenobites a little more, but at the same time, it kind of humanizes them a little bit, which I don't really like. Right. But in the first one, I feel like there's not enough of them, and there's more of them in the second one, so it kind of is a little enjoyable. Yeah. Plus, they actually go into... I like movies that go into another realm.
Right.
So I think that has the edge because they're actually they're actually in hell.
I'm going 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 2. Yeah. 2, just because it had one of the most disgusting scenes ever, and it was the dude with the maggots and the razor.
Yeah.
And when
2 was definitely like bloodier than the first one, then like gorier.
Yep.
When I was a kid, and this dude looked like he thought he had maggots on him, and he was slicing himself. I was like, whoa. I'm like, that's pretty fucking really gross. Because, like, I don't know, razor blades suck. Like, you cut yourself with that, and he was just slicing them shut. Like, I just wanted to reach into the screen and stop him.
Give me that razor blade.
Put that fucking thing down.
Voice of
Step
reason.
back from that ledge, my friend.
Yeah. So, Hellraiser 1 or 2?
I'll go 2.
All right, so
it's unanimous.
Yeah, unanimous.
Therefore, it's the best.
That's
there you go.
It's the better movie.
You hear it here.
Yeah.
But I do like Hellraiser 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
The first 3.
4th, they go into like outer space, like fucking shoot yourself.
Once you go to outer space, it's over.
Once you go to outer space, it's
unless
over.
it's like
There's
Leprechaun,
nothing left
like
to do.
in space. He goes to the hood. He goes to space.
Yeah, right. Leprechaun went to the
What's
hood
the
and to
next
space.
logical place after
That guy
the hood?
should have Tom Kiefer's bus.
Space.
He's traveling places at least. He needs the fucking bus.
Yeah, what is the next logical step? Like after space and
Hell.
the hood. And
Texas?
You go to hell.
He went back to the hood too, which is even like just ridiculous.
He might have liked it there the first time.
Well,
Got the good kush.
yeah, the OG Kush. So there's a list here from Consequence of Sound, and they talked about. I guess they gave the top 141 horror sequels.
Yeah, I didn't get all the way through that.
Yeah, my phone crashed.
Yeah. Believe
I
me.
ran out of memory.
I
I'm
made
just
it to like 47 or something.
I'm just gonna read the top 10,
Please.
which is Scream 2.
This is 10
At
going
10.
backwards?
Yeah.
Okay. Scream 2.
Scream
I don't
2?
like Scream,
Scream 2.
series whatsoever. So.
I think the first Scream is amazing. I think
Yeah.
it's a game changer.
I get the game changer part, but it's kind of like the new metal of like it came out
Okay.
in the mid-90s and
It's like Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's like Static X.
Hold on. So Scream was a game
Mushroom
changer.
Mushroom head, nice.
Scream was a game changer.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's Alice in Chains, because Alice in Chains then fucking influenced Godsmack and Disturbed and all these shitty bands. But like, it was a game changer.
I can't equate that.
No?
Because the Alice in Chains
For-
was still doing it when there was like good shit being made. Like it just Scream was just I don't know. It wasn't a great time for horror.
It was
and
not
I,
great.
1996.
I get that
Yeah.
it was very when those films are too self-aware. That's why I hated Cabin in the Woods. Too much wink, like we know the tropes and the stereotypes of the horror movie, and we get it, and we're in on it. Like, just not feeling it.
Well, that's why I like Terrifier, because it was unapologetic and brutal
Yes.
and fucking. It didn't give a shit.
But I totally understand.
Yeah, it was
why
just-
it was so popular.
yes. And where do you
it's
go?
not a
Yeah,
mystery.
well, it really, especially the opening sequence with Drew Barrymore when you think she's going to be the heroine and that whole thing, and then she gets gutted and hung from the tree, and that whole situation where you're like, holy shit, I'm like, where is this movie going?
It's a good intro.
Yeah, it's a good
Definitely.
intro, and I understand how, being a teenager at the time, I can understand how teenagers would love the movie. You know what I mean?
No question.
Yeah.
I was 18, and
Yeah.
by the time you got to the ending, there was 2 killers. I did not see that coming. I'm watching this movie thinking, spoiler alert, of course. I'm watching this movie thinking like, oh, maybe, Henry Winkler's the killer. Like every person that I thought was the killer was not the killer, and then we get to the end, and there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how did I not think of that? But because there wasn't ever a movie like that. Like that's fucking pretty out. The 90s weren't a good time, so maybe the bar was set a little low because, it came after Ice Cream Man, which
All right.
that was 95.
Yeah, those
Shout
were
out to Clint
bad
Howard.
ones.
Clint Howard, man.
I think we watched that last
good.
horror hang.
It
We
was
tried
just-
to get through that, right?
I thought it was
It was
great.
a shit
Yeah.
time for metal and horror.
Yeah.
It was just an ugly time
I
period.
feel like before Scream, what was even a 90s horror movie from that, even from like 91 to 96?
Lawnmower Man.
Fucking Rawhead Rex. I don't know.
Rawhead Rex, the late 80s.
Yeah.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Didn't
Candyman
like
was
that
great.
either.
Really?
Did not like
Is it
that
because he's
either.
black?
Clearly.
Fucked up.
Yeah. With that, I'm gonna
There's
back
another
off.
fucking guy that does
Italians
every
are
horror
just-
convention.
Yes.
That guy does every
I
convention.
don't know. It just, it didn't, for whatever reason,
I think
it just
that movie
didn't
aged
take off with me.
well because when I watch it now, it's actually effective.
I don't think it made a lot of sense to me.
What, the Candyman?
Yeah.
Candyman.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Candyman.
I like
The-
that.
It's a
Candyman.
sequel.
Yeah. It's good. As far, but like I said, it was a barren time, so maybe that helped me
Yes.
think it was better. Like that's why I look upon Jason Goes to Hell with like rose tinted glasses. Because
I'm saying that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one, and you know why?
don't
I thought
like
it was
that
better
either.
than 7 and 8.
Jesus, I'm such a curmudgeon, man.
Yeah.
Fucking naming all these movies that I don't like.
Yeah.
Grr.
I will take Halloween out of all the franchises. Jason, I can't get through. Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. And then Freddy, I can't get through Freddy's Dead or New Nightmare.
But you know what? Freddy had a great run with those first 5.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Part
Jason,
2's a little, but it's funny in a campy way.
Part 2.
Of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Part 2 is
That whole dance scene, man.
That cat,
When that guy cleans that room, man, he gets into it.
with
It's-
the bird in the house.
Well,
But
yeah.
I
It's
enjoy
it's
watching it
ridiculous.
now because it's fun.
The
you
father's
know?
Bert from Return of the Living Dead, too, which is great.
Yes.
it's
I know.
fun,
Yes.
but also now you look back, like when you see Rob Halford, you're like, oh shit. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
You're right. This
Right.
is, like I don't know how I missed it at this
Yeah.
early age, but now you see Rob Halford and you see those old videos, and you're like,
Yeah.
I completely get it now.
Yep.
All right, so number 9, 28 weeks later.
Great movie.
I thought that was good. Great intro.
Definitely.
28
Music.
week. All right, 28. All right, so I have a critique, obviously, on every movie you're going to say because I'm a fucking asshole.
That's all right. That's what we do here.
You know?
Yeah.
So 28 weeks later has kids, and kids annoy me in movies.
Me too.
You know? I
Me
don't
too.
like kids.
Me
But
too.
that
I don't want
opening,
kids or animals.
that fucking opening scene when he's running and
Yes.
they're all
So
coming
good.
over that cliff
So good.
is that scene
And
is
that
pretty
music
visceral,
that's
man.
behind it
yeah,
is
yeah,
fucking-
yeah. That opening scene is huge. And that other part with the helicopter is pretty goddamn crazy too, because it's just like a basic homage to like basic Dawn of the Dead type zombie brutality. But as a whole, I don't love it, but it's a decent flick.
I don't think top 10. That's
No,
ridiculous.
definitely not.
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot what you were.
I gotta
in
clarify
time.
too the reason I don't like animals in them because I don't want to be worried about them. I don't
Yeah.
want them to get hurt. I hate when I see a dog in a horror movie and I'm like, motherfucker, you kill this dog. You kill any guy
That's
in
the
this
only-
fucking movie, but they hurt that goddamn dog. For
The
no
only
reason.
dog that ever lived was Nanook.
Nice.
If you saw from the Lost Boys, that was it.
That's right.
Any dog you see in a horror movie is getting
Well,
killed.
one dog made it in Hills Have Eyes, right? One of the two dogs.
Oh, well, that was.
I don't think so. I thought
They both
the
got
other
it?
dog. I think the other dog gets it too.
I remember in part 2 of Hills Have Eyes, the dog has flashbacks.
Oh yeah,
You
it's from
remember that?
like his perspective.
Like it
and shit.
shoots,
It's
like
his
goes
nom,
inside the head of the
shooting
dog.
back to
No,
nom.
it totally
Yeah.
did that. I'm
Yeah.
like, is this fucking dog having a flashback?
Yeah.
Are you
Michael
fucking kidding me?
Berryman flashback.
Yeah.
It's the only dog flashback in cinema history. I'll go on record.
Great, right there.
Prove me wrong.
All right, so
Fight me.
number 8 definitely deserves to be in the top 10, which is Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Arguably,
That's my favorite. one of
arguably the best.
franchise. Yeah.
because I think the cohesive numbers are 1 through 4. Everything after that is just different.
It's a mishmash.
They go, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
They go away from it at 5,
Right, he's not
and then
even
from
in it.
6 on, it's Zombie Jason.
Yes.
See, I like 6 a lot.
6
too.
is my
too.
favorite.
Six
6 is my favorite.
6 is huge.
Yeah,
So, but 4 obviously is.
Corey fucking Feldman.
Oh.
Yeah.
but you
Enough
figure
said.
you figure if you take the first 4, right? If you take the first 4, I think the 4th is the best, like the best slasher movie out of
The
those.
last
4.
one
I
Savini
think
worked on.
Overall,
there's so
it's
many.
the most complete, like completely satisfying to me as far as
Yeah,
the
plus-
acting, the
yeah.
story,
Yeah.
Judy Ronson.
Plus that beginning, the beginning montage is fantastic.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
It shows all the scenes from
No
the prior
question.
movies. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. 4 and 6 is my tie.
Yeah,
Nice.
3, I think 3 has the most brutal death in it, but 4 and 6 for best ones.
Which death?
When the guy's doing a handstand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
I like
horrifying.
the guy in the wheelchair too that gets whacked.
That was
with
two.
with the machete down the stairs.
Classic.
think it was
That's a
2.
good one.
Yeah, that's 2.
All right, so number 7 is Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm
Ah.
Street.
Great.
Enough said.
Another
Enough
my
said.
favorite of the franchise too. Right there.
Number 6 is probably my. It has to be my favorite horror sequel ever, which is Halloween 2.
It's a great one.
Yeah. Leo Rossi, man.
Now they're trying to erase it from history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought it up the other day. Like I put it on the thread, the documentary on 2. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gearing up to watch, you know, the new one in October. You know, I love. Yeah, I'm just getting, you know, warmed up or whatever. And then Roy, right? He's like, aren't they ignoring the second one? Why are you watching the documentary? And I was like, well, I'm just saying. I'm just
You're
getting.
giving it the respect it deserves before it's
Yeah.
gone forever.
Yeah, so the thing actually with Halloween 2 is I bought the Blu-ray, and on the Blu-ray, you ever see Terror in the Aisles before?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, with
Donald Pleasance.
Pleasance and
I love
Nancy
that.
Allen.
All the it's a
Yeah.
clip movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is on that Blu-ray.
Get
like
out.
yeah, the whole. That's the reason because I mean I'm a Halloween 2 fan, but
I
bought
watched
it
that
for Terror
so
in the
many
Aisles.
goddamn times on VHS. Terror in the Aisles.
I need that.
Me and my friends would
Yeah,
rent
need
that,
that.
constantly. I think I have it on DVD that I
Yeah.
bought. Like it's not an official release or anything. You know, somebody.
I need
ripped
that,
it
and
out
I
of
need
dimension.
Coming Soon. That was another Jamie Lee
Coming-
Curtis
yeah,
was on the
coming
cover.
soon. Wow.
Okay.
Then the alternate cover was the Jaws shark.
Holy shit! I haven't seen Coming Soon
Yeah.
in fuck
All right, so
30 years or something.
so the top 5 gets crazy.
All right.
All right, number 5 is Army of Darkness.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Over
That-
2?
Well, I didn't finish yet.
Okay.
So
I would-
That's 5.
That's way too high for that.
Too high, right?
Yeah.
Way too high.
Number-
it's a good movie,
Right,
but it's
wait,
not.
wait till you hear number 4.
Oh shit! Come on now.
Number 4, greatest horror sequels of all time. Ready? According to Consequence of Sound, which is the site that Halloweenies podcast is on.
It's gonna be horrific.
Gremlins 2.
Oh,
What,
I love Gremlins 2, but come on, it's
dude?
yeah.
they got Slayer in the
Yeah,
soundtrack.
how big is
That's the
this
only-
list?
No more.
Yeah.
140, and they're putting it.
What-
Get
so what?
the
Just
fuck out of
Well,
here.
what is the criteria here?
I don't
for,
know.
like, you know, like what is
Randomly
their-
picking?
Yeah, like is it like in a bingo, like bingo balls?
It's okay.
You know,
it's
and I like
good.
Gremlins too. I think it's one of the funnest movies, like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Shout
I
out to
don't-
Phoebe Cates though.
No
The
doubt.
two twin scientists, that was the best. Guys from Terminator 2, they're dancing and shit.
Number 3 is Evil Dead 2,
Good one.
which
Yeah.
of course deserves to be definitely in the top 3.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2 just edges out Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck, come on. What are we doing? All right.
You could write a review, a Yelp review. Number 2 is Aliens.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
One of the greatest sequels of all
obviously
time.
that-
Yep.
It's in contention for being as good as the first one.
Okay,
No
so
question.
out of the 2, because they're so different. One's like almost like a slasher movie in outer space. The other one's just like action.
Right.
Alien or Aliens? What would you pick?
Aliens.
Okay.
I refuse to make that decision
Sophie's
because
choice.
you know what it is.
Cliffhanger
Just
till next episode.
every time I watch one, I'm like, oh, obviously this is the fucking better one, and then I watch the other one, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? This is the better one, and it goes back and
It just
forth,
goes back
and will forever be for the rest of my life that exact way. I can't choose.
I'm gonna add that in your eulogy
Yeah,
if I'm there.
yeah, no.
If I'm there making that speech. So here lies someone who couldn't make a decision.
It's two fucking movies. Couldn't even pick
Agonizing.
between two movies.
Parker, Alien or Alien?
Aliens, no question. Aliens is probably in my top 10 of all time, which I'm slowly putting together. So slowly putting together. It might take me as long as either to see Metallica or get Spotify. So
How
Favorite-
far along are you?
I think
up to three.
I think I got like 6 or 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep us posted.
So half of them are canon movies. So we're getting there.
Okay.
Midnight Madness.
No.
Ah, Midnight
Faggot
Madness.
beefy, man.
Pabst
Oh.
Blue Ribbon, baby.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
I really wanted to show Midnight Madness.
Such a good one.
At the Bolton Center. But it didn't get the votes that it needed.
No.
And I get it, because like maybe a handful of people
That
will be like,
movie's a little obscure for some people.
Yeah.
Whereas just one of the guys and some of these back to school are still.
it would be so cool to sit in a movie theater and watch Midnight Madness.
So
Double
good.
early Michael J. Fox double feature.
Yeah.
Midnight
Yeah.
Madness, a class of 1984.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like it.
Love that movie.
All right.
You could have did a double feature Eddie Deason of Midnight Madness and War Games. You know?
Oh yeah,
Eddie Deason.
that's
Yeah.
right.
What is that movie that he was in when he becomes a fucking vampire? It was on USA Up All Night back in, when that shit was, when I was watching it.
And if you don't know who Eddie Deason is, tell
Rob Link has his autograph if you don't know who he is. So.
If you don't know who Rob Link is,
Yeah, Google that shit.
he was like the go-to dork.
yeah.
Like he was in Grease,
Not Rob
I
Link.
think, like in a million movies, right?
Yeah,
he's
he's
the
like
nerd.
he's like the fake Tony Danza. That's it. Number one horror
Yes.
sequel of all time.
Better be Dawn of the Dead.
It is. It's
Thank
Dawn
God
of the Dead.
Almighty.
So.
Agreed. Agreed.
Now that we got that out of the way, I love that the list has 141, and you want to know what the worst horror sequel of all time is, and it's dead on. And it beat Carnosaur 2.
Troll 2.
No.
No, Troll 2 was high on that list because I was
Well,
surprised because Troll 2 was above Day of the Dead. And I was like, what?
Oh.
Well, it's a fine line between making a bad movie and making one so bad that it becomes like art in itself.
Yeah.
Like it's such a spectacle.
Another
It's a
great
fine
documentary,
line.
by the way.
Yeah.
Great one.
That was a great documentary. But Halloween Resurrection was voted the worst horror sequel of all time.
It's so
Deservedly.
bad. It's so fucking bad.
Fright Night 2 make the cut? I feel
love
that's
Fright Night
That's
2.
a slept-on sequel.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't
The
go-
original.
Fright Night 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Talking
Fright
about.
Night
Yes.
2 is on there. I saw it.
It was great.
Yeah.
right before his phone crashed.
I don't even know if
Yeah.
it came out on DVD.
I don't know. I think if it did, I think The Watch is still waiting for it.
I think I watched it on VHS from 112 when they were still open.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait a second. I think I have it on DVD.
I have a
Do
boot. I have a bootleg
Maybe it
of
is
it.
a bootleg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it officially came out.
That's normally one of my normal
See, that would
stops.
be a perfect one for like
is
Shout Factory. one of these
VHS,
people.
you know, the VHS Preservation Society. That's one of my main stops when I go to Monster Mania.
Nice.
So I'll walk in, I'll say hi to Dan Terror, buy some shit from Inked Up, then I'll make my way over to that guy. So I had to pretty much tell the guy, I'm just like, he's like, oh, you like these movies? I was like, I got no fuck. I've never even seen half of these, but I'm just remembering the covers from when I was like 7 years old. That's what I do.
Well,
So
I mean, I guess that's about it. So, anything else you want to talk about? Listen to Agony Kings. They're on Spotify.
Yeah.
They're on Apple Music. As you heard Mike describe them, as well as False Gods, who just Bandcamp, right? Why are you guys
I
not?
know. I
As,
think there's some Spotify shit on for False Gods too.
Really?
The first record, I think.
why are
And
you
get the
guys-
premium because you don't want a Febreze commercial coming
Nice.
in between that middle.
Well,
of that
he was
record.
actually talking about YouTube. He was streaming YouTube in his fucking car.
Wow.
But people,
That's a lot of work.
that is a lot.
Yeah, I
of
know.
work.
That's why I've cheated death on multiple occasions.
Holy shit! I can't believe I share the road with you. Holy fuck!
You're like, oh, there goes
That's
Mike's
horrific.
car swerving. he's looking for Hellhammer. What does the future hold? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just keep putting out shows. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we won't.
We're going to try to schedule shows regularly and then work guests in as they can cater to our schedule.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna try to keep it regular because some people enjoyed the shows when we don't have guests and stuff like that. So we can do these here and there.
I think it's
We're definitely gonna line some up because we have these events coming up. So we're definitely gonna want to keep coming out with some shows.
We got to talk to Rob G, who, Long Island guy, moved out to Cali and does a lot of cool horror things. So it's his company. They gave us the permission to do Terrifier.
Yes. So we'll definitely tie some episodes in with that stuff.
His company also put out the Kane Hodder documentary.
Nice. Yeah. I do want to check out.
Dread Central Presents. That's what he works for.
Right.
So, I guess that's it, right? Nothing else?
Slayer.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Slayer.
Have a good time, guys.
I'll be at the Warp Tour tomorrow.
I would not be going to this show whatsoever if it wasn't for their last tour because I've seen these bands 8 billion times. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Me
Don't
too.
get me wrong. I do wish that for their final tour they would do like an evening with Slayer kind of thing, and instead of having 5 bands, maybe 4 and play a little longer set because this is it supposedly. And I think with this band, this is it.
I think this is it definitely because I just feel like
this is the set right here.
Yeah, that's.
Can I take a look at it?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I feel like physically, maybe Tom can't do it.
Tom is definitely tired.
Yeah.
You can tell. And stuff,
I'm sure Kerry King's going to start some new band, Kerry King,
there's
like
no
the Rattlesnakes or something.
Kerry King is going to... I just...
Stop
Can
that
you
chain wallet.
picture...
Enough for that already.
I got one.
No.
You know why I got one?
He's got like a massive
No, he has
I haven't lost... This is the only way I haven't lost my wallet, is having this.
No,
but,
me too. I had a chain wallet, but...
Yeah. No, I know.
This dude had...
gigantic.
He
it's
looks
like a bike chain.
No.
Or a fence chain.
Yeah, it's like something ridiculous. Like the Junkyard Dog would wear it.
But like, you know how a band might break up and guys do other projects and stuff? Can you picture Kerry King playing any other way but that? Like, does he even have the chops to play a different style? It's going to be a Slayer band.
Yeah.
It's going to be him and Noel Gallagher, I think.
Like Slayer Mach 2, like Deep Purple did. Because Kerry King can't I'm going to do a blues record.
It's got to be so hard too, because you're talking about like a longer set, but man, how long could a thrash band play for? You know?
No, I get what you're saying.
In terms of years,
but
or in terms of time
I've
on
seen
stage?
them play
Time on stage. I'd say fucking hand would fucking
I remember
fall.
seeing them. I want to say with Hate Breed and Kill Switch Engage or something, and they played like a long fucking set. They played like a couple hours.
Wow, that's crazy.
I
know Metallica could do a bunch.
Yeah, I mean these guys. Slayer is very intense physical shit to be playing and stuff. But
yeah.
It'd be sad to see them go a little bit. They were a big part of my childhood, no doubt. They were the first band I was like a little scared of.
You know what we never got to? Yeah. And let's do it before time runs out.
Yeah.
One of the questions that was in the thread, because we didn't ask any of the questions that we asked, we're like, why don't you send in some questions and we'll ask. Okay. So let's do the.
We didn't do any of them.
No. Let's do the Todd Reynolds question. So he wants to know why people seem to shit on Slipknot when they're so successful. They write great fucking music or whatever the fuck. He loves Slipknot, but he's a legit dude. Like Todd.
No question.
Todd fucking will talk to you about fucking Leeway. He'll talk to you.
He's been to all the old era in the 80s on Long Island and all these different clubs. He saw everybody.
He'll talk to you about Crumb Suckers,
Ludacris, all that shit.
But he loves him some
favorite
Slipknot.
band.
Now, why do you think they don't get the respect?
There's a couple of reasons. And I like Slipknot.
We got to speed it up.
Good band. But they came out in the new metal era.
I think
they
that's
get
the
lumped in with those bands, even though there is a ton of thrash, death, even elements to their music and stuff. The outfits are seen as a gimmick. Sometimes that takes away from your actual playing. But I wasn't listening to metal at that time a lot, and I heard that first record, and it kicked my brain. Like, oh shit! It got me excited to listen to shit again. And I don't know if it's the break beats or whatever, all that stuff wrapped up, but I think that's why they get a bum rap. They're forever lumped in You know, Deftones kind of escaped that.
Yeah.
They escaped it, and
But
it took them a
Slipknot
while.
isn't really a new metal band. But I think it's because Corey even has like a rap delivery sometimes. They have a DJ in the band. I think all these things factor into, you know, people. But they're massive. One of the biggest metal bands in the world, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
When the old breed goes away, they're going to be flying the flag.
Them and Ghost.
Them and Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
All right. So, I mean, I just think it's an outfit thing. I think some people look at it as a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my answer. But, you know, most people love them.
They
so.
put on a hell of a show, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
a lot of fun to watch.
It's the curse of popularity, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's a lot of times what it is.
If enough people like you.
And they're laughing all the way to the
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course. But then, you know, there's elitist douchebags, you know, such as me, you know, even me. When I, being a teenager and such, or even in my 20s, like, you always need those bands where you're like, fuck those clowns. Fucking
Literally,
corporate
fuck
metal.
those clowns.
That's what
That guy's
I
been clown.
for.
Yeah, it's corporate metal. But, you know, it's the curse of popularity, man.
Yeah.
On that note, we're out of time, and that's it, man. Mike, thanks for doing
Yeah,
this.
thanks for having me, man.
This has
Thank
been
Yeah.
episode 36, I believe, and
In the
see
books.
you at the next one.
Word.
Bye.
Nice.